live here on the channel. Shout out to everybody hanging out with us here early on this watch party where we have Florida and Auburn. It will be one heck of a matchup here between two SEC squads. Are we live? Yeah, there we go. All right, we're now live. A little bit of an issue there on our end. Shout out to YouTube Studio. Welcome in, everybody, to our watch party for Florida versus Auburn, the first matchup of the Final Four. These two SEC programs, the number 1 overall seed in the Auburn Tigers, the number 4 overall seed, but still a 1 in the Florida Gators, the SEC champions in the tournament. Auburn won the regular season title for the SEC, are set to square off here in our first Final Four matchup. The winner will be playing the winner of Houston and Duke, the second game of tonight's Final Four activities. I welcome in everybody to our Chat Sports stream. Appreciate the people tuning in here early as we are about 20 minutes away from getting tipped off. Janai Broom, who did not win the Wooden Award but was one of the finalists, versus Walter Clayton and the Florida Gators. Shout out your city for me down in the comment section. Where are the real ones watching from? Shout out to everybody tuning in here early here before our first Final Four game. Where are the people watching from? I see Go Gators from Jaden. Shout out to you, asking for a shout out. You got a shout out, my friend. The Bright Wolf is saying Go Tigers. Where are the real ones watching from? Let me know down in the comment section. Fort Myers, Florida from Riley Shea. Wonder if they're rooting for the Gators or are they rooting for the Auburn Tigers. Bright Wolf is watching from Atlanta. Shout out to you, Bright Wolf. Mizzou is watching from, is that Missouri? Rolla, Missouri? I would assume so. Go Auburn, says Mizzou Express. Listen, I got to be honest. We're not going to try to play favorites today, but I do want the Auburn Tigers to win. I do. I know no one cares about your bracket, but my bracket has Auburn winning it all, and I would like to win some money. So I'm rooting for the Tigers. Trev is a Gators fan from Indianapolis. Wesley's saying go Gators from Blunsville, Alabama. Listen, we're going to call a fair game, though. We won't show any biases. I promise. I promise. Bright Wolf, as a Georgia fan, go Tigers. Georgia fan rooting for Auburn. That makes sense. Georgia and Florida have a little rivalry there, so that checks out in my opinion. That checks out. All right, we got 61 people watching. Make sure you have hit that thumbs up icon. You love March Madness. How could you not? It's the best time of the year. Hit that thumbs up icon if you are a fan, if you're ready for the game to get started. We got 15 likes, only 61 people watching. Come on, let's get the 30 likes. Let's get the 30 likes right now. Duke and Houston will tip off 30 minutes after the Florida-Auburn game concludes as we are in the Alamodome, San Antonio, Texas. Currently rebranding is a VCU fan picking Auburn. Not many VCU fans. I wonder, I have a VCU friend. His name's Carter. Shout out to Carter. I've never met another VCU friend wild or in the random. I mean, VCU, Virginia, it's not the biggest school.
Is that more of an East Coast fan base considering it's from Virginia?
Yeah, it is. And, you know, obviously famously made that run with Shaka Smart all the way to the Final Four, from the first four to the Final Four. Couldn't cut down the nets, but unbelievable run. Currently branding is LOL from Virginia, Richmond. That checks out. My friend Carter is also in Richmond, so maybe this is the same person. Maybe this is Carter, and he is currently rebranding, that's his name. Who knows?
Is your friend Carter, Coach Carter, from Richmond?
That's a good point. He's saying no. All right, so let's talk about the game here. Florida, 2.5-point favorites. Over-under is high, 159.5. So this is an expected, 81 to 78 win for the Gators. Right? That's math. That's 159, which is the over-under, and Florida wins by 3. So that is what Vegas is projecting, about an 81-78 win from the Gators. They met one time this season in Auburn, and Florida blew them out in their own gym. It was one of the more stunning outcomes of the college basketball season is when Florida just took it to Auburn. So let me know right now who you got. Who are you rocking with? A for Auburn, F for Florida. Let me know down in the comments section. Florida won their round of 64 game against the 16-seeded Norfolk State, 95-69. Then narrowly escaped against the national championship defending national champions, UConn, 77-75. Sweet 16 defeated Maryland in the Crab 5, 87-71. And then to get to the Final Four, they defeated Texas Tech in a flurry comeback to win 84-79. For the Auburn Tigers, they defeated 16-seeded Alabama State 85-63 in their first game, then took down Ryan Kalkbrenner and the 9th-seeded Creighton Blue Jays 82-70, then defeated Michigan Dusty May 78-65, and then to get to the Final Four, they took down the other team in Michigan from East Lansing, Tom Izzo and his Spartans, 70-64. And now these two teams will square off for the right to play in the national championship game on Monday against either Houston or Duke. So let me know who you're rocking with, folks. Let me know who you're rocking with. Ty Man's got Florida, Double S got Florida, Trust Beer got Florida, Bright Wolf got Auburn, Ty Man saying Florida, King is saying Florida. I'm giving shout-outs to every single person that lets me know who they're rocking with. Get down in the comment section and let me know, folks. Who y'all got winning this game? Obviously, a lot of talented players on this Auburn Tiger team. Johni Broome, one of the biggest transfers in college basketball history. Not this year, but last year. Coming from Morehead State, was terrific for Bruce Pearl. Finished in the top 3 of the Wooden Award watch this year. Cooper Flagg, the freshman from Duke, ended up winning the Wooden Award, but they got a freshman phenomenon, Tahad Pettiford. You have Denver Jones, Miles Kelly, Chad Baker-Mazara. There's a lot of talented players on this Auburn basketball team. Now on the flip side, with the Gators, you got Alex Condon, Walter Clayton Jr., Will Richard. It's going to be an interesting matchup. Guards versus guards, athletes versus athletes. Good coaching matchup as well. Todd Golden in his first ever Final Four for the Gators. And then Bruce Pearl, who obviously is one of the most esteemed coaches in college basketball history. He led the Auburn Tigers to the Final Four just a couple years ago in 2019 with Jarrett Harper and company. They lost in that Final Four game against Virginia, who ended up winning it all, defeating the Texas Tech Red Raiders in the national championship game. But we're about 10.5 minutes away from being tipped off in this one. This is our Super Chat menu for the game, and we will be live, not the same stream, but a different stream. We will be live on the channel for Duke Houston as well later tonight, both games. Your boy Rolly is handling it. We got my guy Justin with us as well. But this is our Super Chat menu for today. $10 is a wheel spin. $20, I'll take a shot of tequila. Got the Patron with me. $50, I'll crack open my Happy Dad and do a beer bong through the Merbanga. On the wheel, there's some drinking. There's some working out. There's some things you have to do. A lot of fun here as we do get ready to go here in about 10 minutes. So Cooper Flagg was named the Wooden Award winner, which is the overall best college player. But I want to know who has been the best player in college basketball in your opinion. We'll see all 3 of these players play. I think these 3 have been the 3 best collegiate basketball players all season, if we're going to be honest. Johni Broome, Cooper Flagg, and Walter Clayton. Who's been the best player? Get down in the comment section. I want to know. If you think Cooper Flagg was deserving of the award, well then type C. If you think it should have been Johni Broome or Walter Clayton, type J or W. See a couple Claytons in there already? Ooh. I see a lot of Claytons. I don't know if this... Oh, no, that's Cooper Flagg. That's Cooper Flagg. That's on me. It's on me. Cooper Flagg was the C. I forgot. Trust Beer, though, is going with Walter Clayton. So is Trev. Matthew's going Janai Brew. Mizzou Express saying Walter Clayton. Elite Rome, Walter Clayton. Listen, I know we're going to have a lot of Gators fans in the chat. The Gators, their fan base gets represented at a very good way. Are they all singing it together? That's going to be impressive if they do.
Acapella style or something.
Especially since, I mean, they've had to practice this, obviously. But, like, that's pretty impressive. They don't go to the same school, and next thing you know, they're singing the national anthem together. That's pretty good stuff. It's pretty good stuff. All right. We got 8 minutes to go until tip-off. We got 200 people in the building. Can we hit that thumbs up icon? Come on. We got 8 minutes until tip-off for our first game between Florida and Auburn. We need to get to 50% like rate. We got 25 likes. We need over 100. We do. The bosses are on my back already in this stream asking for likes. Can you help me out? Can you help me out? Live for free here, going to be doing both games, both Auburn and Florida, and also Duke Houston. Help me out. Hit that thumbs up icon. Can we get to 100 likes, please? We need 75. Just get the bosses off my back so I won't bug you about liking the video anytime soon. If we can just get to 100 right now, and then we'll move on. It would just be helpful for me. It'd be helpful for you as they're getting the national anthem underway. I think this is one of my coolest things they do, by the way, Justin. When they do the national anthem, they do it just for the one game. They do it once. So they won't do it.
Goodness.
Yeah, they won't do another national anthem for the second game. They'll just get right into that. That's why they got all 4 schools' flags on the court now, which I like. You get the flags, everybody's fired up, ready to go. It's awesome.
Get the show on the road, play the cool little intro video for each team. I think that's the coolest thing about the Final Four, seeing the production.
Yeah, that is nice. Always fires you up, man.
Oh, yeah. Doesn't matter who your team is. You're ready to run through a wall.
I feel the same way about the Super Bowl. Even if it's not your team, and I know you might disagree, but, like, I don't like the Eagles. I don't like the Chiefs. But when you see those hype-up highlights, like, before the Super Bowl, I mean, I get a little feeling.
I get what you're saying, and it has nothing to do with the teams. But I think what CBS and the NCAA do,
yeah,
I think they do a really good job at it.
Yeah, I don't hate that. All right, we got 47 likes. Come on. Like I said, trying to get to 100 so the bosses get off my back. We got 250, now 300 people watching. Can we get to 100 likes, please, so the bosses stop getting on my back? We need to get there before tip-off. Help a boy out. Live for free. Live for free. Come on. It'd be very, very helpful. Be very, very helpful. Well, we'll check back in on the likes here in just a second. Who was the better SEC team this year? Listen, we got 2 SEC champions. We got the regular season champions and the Auburn Tigers, also the #1 overall seed in the entire March Madness tournament. But then the Florida Gators caught hot. They got hot in the tournament. They won the SEC tournament. They smoked Tennessee in that SEC championship game after Tennessee beat Auburn in the semifinals. Florida's playing excellent basketball. Now, if you look at the 4 teams that are in the Final Four, Florida has looked good, but they have also seen the most scares. They could have easily lost in the round of 32 to UConn. Some could argue they should have lost. They should have lost to Texas Tech in the Elite 8, but Texas Tech fumbled a, 9-10 point lead with, 4 minutes to go? 3 minutes to go? Not even? Like, it was crazy. Auburn, they took care of business, led the entire way against Michigan State. Furious second half comeback against the Wolverines, but never really out of that game. And then they took care of business in the first couple of rounds. A lot of people rocking with Auburn, some people rocking with Florida. Carlo is from the Raiders Report, supporting the Chat Sports team. You know what? Thank you, Carlo D. Fernandez. You're the man. You're the man. Over 320 people watching as we get closer and closer to tipping off here. Remember, we got to get to 100 likes before we get this game started. We got 64. You know what? I'll add another incentive because I don't want the bosses on my back anymore. Taking a shot on the house when we get to 100 likes. Shot on the house when we get to 100 likes. We're 35 away. Come on, hit that thumbs up icon right now, folks. Help a man out. Help a man out. Help a man out. Justin, who you got? You know what? As we get closer to this game, 3 minutes to go, who you got? Who you think wins?
We have to go with the money. Auburn.
Follow the money. I like that. Me and Justin are both hoping Auburn wins. Now, will they win? I don't know. Florida is 2.5-point favorites, like I mentioned. The one time these two teams played earlier in the year, Florida smacked them. Smacked them around hard. Beat them big time. Announcing the starting lineups for each squad. The exact score in that game, by the way, it was in Auburn. It was 90-81. But if I'm not mistaken, it was actually not close. Like, it was a 20-point game for the most part. So, we'll see. Tigers coming into this game 32-5. Florida Gators coming into this game 34-4. Florida was not thought of as a national championship contending team before the season, but boy, did they look like one of the best teams all season long and proved that, making the Final Four. Listen, all 1 seeds here in the Final Four. First time that's happened since, Justin?
2008.
And fun fact about that 2008 Final Four that featured all 1 seeds, it was also in San Antonio. What are the chances? What are the chances, folks? What are the chances? 82 likes. We're 18 away. Come on. We got to get to 100 likes. Got to get there before tip-off. I like Auburn. Boy, you know who I don't like? Chad Baker-Mazara. I can't stand him.
Why?
He's 24. He just plays immature. He's a hothead. Like, come on. We're 24, 25 years old playing college basketball. Figure it out.
Sadly, the old heads are kind of needed these days.
And I'll say this, Auburn is like one of the oldest teams in college basketball this year. But, hey, they're in the Final Four. All right, we got under 2 minutes to go. They just announced the Gators starting lineup. Now they're doing the Auburn starting lineup. If you're ready for the game, spam me. Spam me. Who's ready? If you're ready for the game, spam me. As we're 9 likes away from 100, we're almost there as well. Ty Man, Double S, Alex, Tycoon. It's John Boy. It's ST, J Ray, Trojan, Matthew, Mila, Dee, Alex, Riley Shea. Spam those me's if you are fired up for today's game. First Final Four matchup between 2 SEC ball clubs. It's going to be fun. Matthew's ready. Carlo is ready. Bralu Abreu is ready. Aline is ready. Case is ready. We got Mila, Ty Man still typing me. Continue to spam those me's if you're ready for the game. Elite Rome. Dee says, my boyfriend's at the game. I'm stuck in Virginia, bored out of my brain. Well, I'm sorry for you. Score prediction. I think Florida does end up winning, Justin, to our dismay, unfortunately. I am going to go 77-72. Florida wins.
That would be a good game if we get that high scoring. I'm expecting in the 60s.
You're thinking 60s?
Yeah.
Well, Justin, I told you about this. I'll tell the chat about my bet. I made a bet today that it's for both games. Each team has to score 30 points in each half. So Florida has to score 30 in the first half and second half. Auburn has to score 30 in the first half and second half. Duke has to score 30 in the first half and second half. Houston has to score 30 in the first half and second half. It's a ballsy bet. It's plus 270. I'm kind of in on it, though. Shout out to everyone who's hit that thumbs up icon. 100 likes, so that means a shot in the house for me. Harry's saying 85-72 Florida. You're thinking blowout. You're saying, Chris, somebody is live streaming our stream? Let me find out about this. Let's look here. You said Chris Van. All right, I'm looking up. They got. He's 5 comments. Oh no shit. He is.
Is it like Inception? You looking at yourself?
I'm looking at myself on a different stream. Let me message James and Brett about this. Informed about another YouTuber streaming our stream. Link. That's wild. It literally, this Chris Venegas guy, 338,000 subscribers, saying Florida versus Auburn live commentary. That's fucked up. All right, well, we'll try to get that handle. Shout out to the person in the chat that let me know. We're about to get underway. Here we go. Florida, Auburn, set to get tipped off in the first Final Four matchup. Oh, you're going to have to read only the time. I forgot to mention that. And just do first to take away the quarter. Auburn wearing white, Florida wearing blue. Auburn wins the tip. And here we go. Chad Baker-Mazara has it. He swings it over to Miles Kelly. Now back to Broome on the left wing, backing down on Alex Condon. Broome likes to get to that left hand. Still backing him down. No double comes. Broome fades away from the free throw line. And that's how the game scoring gets underway. Appreciate you, Jay Bake, whoever said that. So 2-0 Auburn leads after Broome gets the easy little bucket inside. Clayton looking to answer with a 3. And he buries it. And we're off and running. Both teams scoring on their first possession. Florida leading 3-2, 1 minute in. Chad Baker-Mazara coming off of a curl inside, drops it off to Caldwell, who throws it down. And now you see the Tigers go back in front here by 1. Walter Clayton, one of the best point guards in college basketball, leading this Gators team, former Iona player, played for Rick Pitino at Iona. Condon driving on Broome, cut off, now backs down, wants to get to that right hand. Does. Throws it up and it won't go. Broome gets the board. Outlets it to Mazara, who's been active early here as a playmaker. He will line up a 3. That rattles halfway down but can't go. Caldwell grabs the rebound but loses the handle out of bounds. Double S says he ended it. He did end it. We caught him. Shout out to you guys. Turnover, Florida. Baker-Mazara with the steal. Gets it up ahead to Denver Jones. He lines up a 3. No good. Rebound Condon. Florida likes to run. He can handle the big man. Gets it to the trailing Clayton. Clayton to the corner. Now drop back off to Condon, who stripped out of bounds, but it will stay with the Gators. They didn't call a foul on that, right? No, they did call a foul. So it'll be 2 free throws coming for Alex Condon. Shout out to you guys. Shout out to the people in the chat that caught wind of that and made it happen, baby. I love it. Condon's first free throw, no good. So Florida still trails here 4-3. Condon, a talented freshman, getting some late first-round buzz for the NBA draft. He knocks down the second, and just like that, we're back even at 4. The last time these two teams played, Condon had 17 points and 10 boards on 7 of 10 shooting. Miles Kelly to Broom. They're playing a two-man game. Kelly gets it back. He's a three-point shooter. Can't get that one to go. Broom, offensive rebound, and puts it back up and in. So Broom, with 2 baskets early here, has 4 points, and Auburn leads in front once again by 2. Condon at the top of the key, hands it off. That's Martin. Martin inside, fades away at the free throw line, and knocks home the mid-range shot to even this game back up again at 6. A back and forth first 3 minutes here between 2 highly talented SEC squads. Denver Jones now handling the point for the Tigers. Tried to get it to Broom on a slip, but kick ball. Side out for the Tigers. Usually they say take the under in the first Final Four game. It was at 158.5. That's what it closed at. We'll see. Both teams getting good looks early. Auburn 0 for 3 from 3, but 3 for 3 inside the arc. Make it 4-4 as Chad Baker-Mazara slithers in with his right hand and gets it off the glass to go. Clayton the other way, finds Condon. Condon backs down, now is forced to get kicked out. Trying to get to Clayton, having a tough time. Now gets it inside. Chigaloo with the left hook gets it to go. And Broom was saying he got hooked. No call, and once again, we're tied at 8. Another. Let me know who. Chad Baker-Mazara to Janai Broom inside. Broom floats it up. No good, but a foul. So Janai Broom, who is not a good free throw shooter, shoots about 50%, will go to the line for his 2. ATS with an interesting thought-provoking question here, Justin. How can you be War Eagle and a Tiger? Identity issues. I don't disagree.
Isn't one just like their rallying call or whatever? I know they released the Falcon or Eagle before the game.
Broom knocks down the first free throw. He's now got 5 points. Tahad Pettiford, the talented freshman left-hander, checks in now for Auburn. Shout out to Tito with the first super chat of the day. $2 super chat saying, "Sup, Rolly, go Gators." Tito, appreciate you. Cameron saying, "Hey, Nick, go Gators." A lot of Gators fans in the chat. If you want a super chat, greatly appreciate it. Another way to support the channel. We will show our gratitude by doing some things partying as well. This is our super chat menu for the day. 10-8, Auburn, Florida. Tigers lead. Miles Kelly almost gets the steal, but bats the ball out of bounds, and it will stay with Florida. Can you read only and just equal sign the first one? It's been a kind of choppy pace here, but both teams are getting solid looks. Auburn's 4 of 7 from the field. Florida's 3 of 4. Make it 4 of 5. Clayton Jr. with his second 3-ball of the game puts Florida back up in front. But a quick answer by Auburn. Chad Baker-Mazara with a 3. He's now got 5 points. He's fired up. Clayton driving inside, running floater, too strong. Rebound Auburn. Here comes Mazara. Up ahead, running the break. No good. Bodies hit the deck. Florida now in transition. Martin lines up a 3. Buries it. And it's 14-13 early. Elijah Martin, 10.7 boards in the Elite 8 game against Texas Tech. Fast-paced, good matchup here early between two SEC foes. Broom on the right wing wants to try a hand at a 3. Not able to get it go, but an offensive rebound by Auburn. Kicked out to Mazara. He wants another 3, and he gets it! 16-14. Quite a high-scoring affair here early. Only 5.5 minutes in. 6 lead changes, 3 ties already. Chad Baker-Mazara with 8 points. Clayton from the logo. No good, but a foul will be called on Auburn. It will be called on Chaney Johnson holding a Florida Gator. What an all-time start to this first game at the Final Four. Both teams shooting lights out. Chad Baker-Mazara with 8, Janai Broome with 6, Clayton Jr. with 6, Elijah Martin with 5. What a start to this one. Shout out to Sir Wavy with the $10 super chat saying go Gators. Listen, we're going to be very unbiased today. At least we're going to try to be as unbiased as we can. But appreciate you, Sir Wavy, with the $10 super chat saying go Gators. That equals a wheel spin. So we'll get the wheel on and we'll have our first spin of the day. Shout out to everybody tuning in here. Already had 11,000 people tune in throughout the stream. 800 people watching right now. Here is our wheel. It should be fun. Well, Justin, when you're ready, I'm cool to spin that wheel. Let's see what our first wheel spin has. And it's going to be an unfortunate one for the viewers. You see there's shots, there's beer bongs, there's 50% off menu, push-ups, jumping backs, but there is some stuff that you got to do, shot clock subs. So with the 800 people watching, subscribe to the channel today. We are live here for free for the Final Four. Auburn, Florida will be here as well for the nightcap Duke-Houston. Justin and I will be here as well for Monday night's national championship game. Whoever wins this game, and then Duke-Houston will play Monday at 8:50 Eastern, 7:50 Central. Hit that sub button for more live content in college basketball, NFL, college football, NBA. Join the channel today. Let's get the 405,000 subscribers is on the table today, Justin. I do. We need 867. I think that's on the table between our two streams today. I guarantee out of the 800 people watching now, not all of them are subscribed.
It's very possible. It's going to be obviously a great game going right now. We're going to have a good next game and a great national championship Monday. You want to be tuned in, ready to go.
I'm going to be honest, Justin. I told you before the game I had high hopes for this one. The first 4.5 minutes or 5.5 minutes exceeded all expectations. This has been, at this point, an all-time start.
Hey, I just want to keep the pace.
Listen, my bet of 30 points each half, I think we're going to have the first half probably good. It would take a lot for these two teams not to get to 30 points in the next 14 minutes. It would take a lot. All right, we're back from our first timeout. That was the under 16. By the way, Justin, do you think that college basketball should adopt quarters like the NBA or keep it how it is? I'm an old head. I want to keep it how it is.
You gotta go with the tradition. Exactly. Keep it as is.
All right, couple substitutions here for Florida out of the timeout. Clayton still has it, top of the key, guarded by Tahad Pettiford. Huff comes over to get the screen, but now gets it. Over to Elijah Martin inside. Throws up a wild shot. Doesn't go, but Caldwell fouls Martin. So Martin will be going to the free throw line for 2. He's already got 5 points. Chance to make this a tie game once again at 16. Oh, sorry about your Texas Longhorns.
Yeah. The game script did not go the way that it needed to go.
You guys were up early, though, in the women's college. We're talking about the women's Final Four last night.
Yeah, but they can't score at all. And the game really got away.
I didn't see a single second of that game as Martin makes the first free throw to make it 16-15. How did UConn just absolutely blow the doors off UCLA? Did I miss something there?
UCLA peed down their leg.
It was a 30-point game. My goodness. Martin makes both free throws for Florida, and we're tied up at 16. Janai Broome on the bench right now for Auburn. Early 6 points. Remember, he hurt his elbow and knee, but seems to be fine. Tahad Pettiford has it for Auburn. Inside the Caldwell. What a feed! And Auburn goes back in front. That's the 7th field goal made for the Auburn Tigers. They have no turnovers. Name of the game in college basketball. Avoid turnovers. You're going to be in a good spot. Tahad Pettiford almost steals it from Florida, but ball goes out of bounds. That was an unbelievable feed. Great vision by the true freshman. I grow higher and higher on him when it comes to his potential NBA career. (18-16). 825 people watching, only 136 likes. Do me a favor and hit that thumbs up icon, folks. You liking the stream? You like this game so far? I don't know how you couldn't like this game. You love college basketball, March Madness. Help me out. Hit that thumbs up icon. Let's get to 200 likes. Florida having a hard time getting the ball in. Finally does. Clayton trapped in the corner, in trouble. Is able to get it out of the trap. Now Florida has a 3. Comes up a bit short. Offensive rebound for the Gators. And they'll have a second chance opportunity. Auburn's defense looking good here, forcing a lot of side-to-side movement for the Gators. But Huff gets inside and finishes. That was a tough finish. And we're once again tied up. Caldwell at the top of the key gets it to Johnson inside. Backs down, right hook is good. I mean, my goodness. This is this high-level college basketball. This is as high level as it gets. Clayton Jr. made a couple 3 early, wants another. This one too strong. He's missed the last couple. Rebound, Chaney Johnson. Outlet to Pettiford. Here comes the freshman. In and out dribble. Now resets. Auburn is 6 of 7 from the field inside the three-point arc. 2 of 6 from 3. Pettiford over to Denver Jones. Jones lines up a 3. He's open. Can't go. Rebound goes out of bounds. That will be off Florida. Second opportunity from Caldwell gives the Tigers another opportunity here offensively. Janai Broome checking back in for Auburn. Chad Baker-Mazara also back in as well. Broome already has 6 points, 2 boards. Johnson, the inbound here, gets it to the corner for Mazar. Out to Pettiford. Now to Broome. Pettiford will now run a set here. Finds the curling Mazara. Mazara at the top of the key. Over to Broome. Broome shot a 3 earlier. Couldn't connect. Now backing in on Jigaloo. Running left hook. No good. Rebound tipped out by Condon. Gathered by Florida. And the Gators can take the lead or tie. Backdoor cut for Clayton. He has on the baseline, but chased back out to the three-point line by Baker-Mazara. Clayton over to Condon. Condon reverses the entire court, gets it to Richard. Richard back to Condon. 8 on the shot clock. Condon spinning on Broome. Up and under. Rejected! Pettiford with the board. He'll bring it up now. He's been quiet, calling his own number, but has found teammates for a couple buckets. Baker-Mazara in the corner, doubled. Over to Johnson, out to Broome. One more. Denver Jones, corner 3. No good. Rebound offensively for the Tigers. And Johnson is fouled and will be going to the free throw line as we'll head to the under 12 timeout here in the first half. 980 people watching here in the first half. Auburn, Florida, 166 likes. Come on. Let's get the 200 during this TV timeout. Help your boy out. Let's get the 200. We need 34 likes. Hit that like button. Help a boy out. Whew. Help a man out. Wu-Tang Life and Auburn is winning the battle of the boards. Not good for Florida. Listen, we talked about it. Thank you for getting over 200 likes, by the way. We're at 210, over 1,000 people watching. We talk a lot about what are keys to victory, Justin. I truly believe that at the college level, the most important things for these teams are turnovers and rebounding. Those are the two biggest metrics that I feel like if you're able to win the turnover and rebounding battle at the college level, I think you're going to win 85% of games.
Not a lot of possessions like the NBA. So having double-digit turnovers, it's going to cost you a lot of points, quite honestly.
Yeah. Bobby says, show the damn game. We cannot do that. That's called copyright, my friend. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Listen, I don't, you know what to tell you. We can't showcase the actual game, but we're basically giving you radio play-by-play with interaction in the live chat, scoreboard, time, whole 9 yards. Phoenix Rising says, who's going to win? Listen, I picked Florida to win, but the way Auburn's looking right now, they look like the better team. They've dominated the boards. They look like they're more control. And they haven't even hit their shots from beyond the arc, Justin. That's the scary part. I think they're, 2 of 8, 2 of 9? They're struggling from beyond the arc. Yeah, they're 2 of 8. They're 2 of 8 from 3. Both threes made by Baker Mazzara. Donald McCaffrey says, watching from a cruise ship in the Gulf of Merca. I don't know what that is, but I don't know what the Gulf of Merca is. Hand up, I'm not good at geographic stuff. The two veterans, Janai Broom and Chad Baker Mazzara, have combined for 14 of Auburn's 20. Bruce Pearl having the Auburn Tigers in their second Final Four in the last 8 years. Made it in 2019 with Jarrett Harper and company. They lost in that first semifinal game against the Virginia Cavaliers, the famous Kyle Guy game where he had the corner three, then fouled, stepped up, made all 3 free throws. Shaney Johnson steps to the line and calmly makes the first free throw. Auburn has a 3-point lead now. He makes both, 22-18. Caldwell will check back in for Auburn. Another experienced player. Good glue guy, Caldwell. Does the little things. Sets good screens, rebounds, boxes out. I like his game. Like his game. Will Richard in the corner for Florida, driving on Pettiford, kicks it out to Condon. Worked around the perimeter, try to get it to Martin. Martin scoops inside and is able to lay it up and in. And a foul to Hod Pettiford. Whistled for the foul, hitting Martin's forearm from behind, but Martin was able to finish through the contact. Good play there. Oh, I would say that's actually an offensive foul missed by Chigalo there. He kind of hooked Caldwell inside.
The steal.
Yeah. Officials didn't see it, and now Elijah Martin, who's the leading scorer in the ball game with 10 points, makes it a 1-point game. He's 3 for 3 from the field. Martin defending Pettiford right now. Pettiford trying to work in a 2-man game with Broom. Gets it over to Broom. Now over to Baker Mazzara. He drives, cut off at the free throw line, has to reset to Denver Jones with 10 on the shot clock. Baker Mazzara now over to Pettiford. Pettiford's going to have to make something happen here. Back to Mazzara. 5 on the shot clock. Mazzara, this possession's going nowhere. To Pettiford, and it's going to be a turnover. Oh, wow, that is a brutal break for Florida. The ball was still loose as the shot clock expired. So Florida was going to be having a easy fast break opportunity to have a layup, but because they did not firmly have possession as the shot clock expired, by rule, it is dead. By rule, it is dead. A brutal break for the Gators, and now they'll have to work in the half court. Now it should not be 20 seconds on the shot clock. It should be 30. That's a mistake. Am I missing something here? Unless they're saying that was I don't know. Either way, I think Florida's got the raw end of the stick here. They got it. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Condon at the top of the key. Driving. Hands it off to Richard. Richard's going to have to put up a tough contested three, and it's going to be a foul called. Miles Kelly apparently got the arm of Richard launching a three, and they're going to get 3 free throws out of this.
Talk about a mistake compounding on a mistake, because the shot clock violation almost happened.
Now what? Are they reviewing this to see if the shot got off in time? Because the shot clock was coming down to the wire there. I mean, it looks like he hits his arm, so I think it's the right call. They're either reviewing to see if it was a 3, a 2, or did he get the shot off. It looks like they're definitely looking at the shot based off the screen there. Here we go. I think that foul occurred before the shot clock. Yeah, that ball is out of his hand. That's a foul. That's 3 free throws.
Could you imagine, though, if considering it started at 20?
Yeah, like, am I missing something? Why is it at 20? Like, right? Like, I've watched college basketball day. I've never seen a team force a turnover because of a shot clock violation and then get 20 seconds on the shot clock. Unless they're saying it was not a shot clock violation, it was a steal and an inadvertent whistle, which is even more of a bang job.
I guess that, in theory, would put the shot clock at 20.
I mean, either way, Florida got the raw end of the stick, but it worked out for them. I mean, they're going to have 3 free throws here. By the way, thank goodness we're not doing that live stream for the Heat. Tyler Hero, out. Apparently, thigh contusion. Well, that will go away from here. So Richard's at the line for 3. He makes the first, and we're even at 22. Auburn has led for most of this game. They got off to a really hot start. But now the Gators will have a chance to really take their first full lead of this one as Richard makes the second free throw to give Florida a 1-point advantage. Real Richard averaging 11 points in this tournament. He can't make all 3, so he just gets the 2, and the lead is only 1. Denver Jones brings it up the right side. Florida 6 of 8 from the line. Auburn 4 of 4, so both teams getting to the line a little bit here. Broom gets it inside. It's tipped by Condon, but Broom gets it back. Now drive, sweeping left hook shot. That's his move, but he can't get it to go. Broom hits the deck. Rebound, Florida. They've got numbers. They're going to slow it down, though, and reset their offenses. Good transition defense from Auburn. Broom now gets the steal and is leading the fast break. Loses the handle, finds the trailing Mazzara. Mazzara will now reset, and Auburn will get into their action. Mazzara driving, cut off, kicking it out to Denver Jones. He's been quiet, but he can't make that one, and the rebound down the Chigaloo. Denver Jones and Miles Kelly, 2 good three-point shooters that start in that Auburn backcourt. Very quiet in this one so far, not able to find their shot. Will Richard removing 3, no. Rebound, loose. Caldwell tracks it down and outlets it to Kelly, who will just get it to Denver Jones, and now Auburn will get into their offense here. Caldwell at the top of the key, gets it over to Jones. Auburn, if they're going to win this game, needs to get one of Jones or Kelly going. Jones driving inside, a lot of contact, but Jones finishes! No foul, but he gets the bucket, and Auburn jumps back in front in the seesaw of a first half. Denver Jones averaging 13 points per game in this tournament. Condon has it. They run a lot of their offense through him at the top. Gets it to Martin. Martin inside. Block! Do not go in there! Rebound, Caldwell. Outlet. Here comes Auburn. Kelly to the rim. Lefty layup. Gone off glass! And Auburn leads by 3. Baker Mazzara playing one half of a game on both sides. Florida the other way with a deuce. A pretty turnaround. About 8 minutes to go in this first half. Back and forth we go. Baker Mazzara gets it over to Broom. Broom has 6 points. Had him early. Quiet here lately. Denver Jones has it. Finds Kelly. Kelly open from the left wing. Bottoms a three. And if you're a Tiger fan, you will enjoy that sight. The transfer from Georgia Tech. Auburn leads by 4. Third three of the game for Auburn. They're 3 of 10. Florida's 3 of 7. Condon at the top. Almost traveled, but throws it away. Turnover. Auburn will get the ball back when we come back from the next timeout. It's 29-25. Auburn leads with 7:40 to go. And we enter the under 8 timeout here in the first half. Is it just me? I mean, I know college basketball games go quicker. Like they're an hour and 45, hour and 50 minutes usually, unless it's a really long game. The flow just goes quicker, does it not? Am I wrong in thinking that?
I think it's because, ironically, the half thing. Because I think we get like an extra commercial in between quarters.
Yeah, you're right. I think that's why. The difference between the NBA and college, you're right. Because there's 2 timeouts in each quarter, but you have in between quarters. So like in the half, think about it, that's a total of 5 timeouts before the half. And in college basketball, you get the under 16, under 12, under 8, under 4. You only get 4, hypothetically.
And I think the commercial breaks between quarters in the NBA are traditionally longer.
Is that the case? Do you know how long half times are in college basketball? Because I know the NBA is 15 minutes. Is that the same thing in college basketball?
Well,
I kind of feel like it's longer.
No ban. Wait, no, they do play the ban in the Final Four.
Ooh.
So
how
I would imagine
long
20-some minutes.
Half times in Final Four. Even in the Final Four, college basketball halftime still lasts around 15 minutes.
Okay.
That's what they say. Fan-sided. When I looked it up, that's the first thing that they said. We got Robert in the chat saying that I'm a Auburn homer. I picked Florida to win. The only reason why he thinks that is probably because he's a Florida fan and is not happy that I'm getting excited when Auburn hits threes. I promise you, if you weren't with us for the beginning of the game when Florida was hitting some threes, I was getting very excited for that as well. I'm calling a clean game. Calling a clean game. I don't care what you guys say. I'll tell you what, audience this year in Final Four, way better than last year. I don't know if it's better game, better intrigue, I don't know what it is. But I looked back last year, NC State Purdue was the first game, did about 39,000 total views, Justin. We're at 30,000 already.
I think it's just the better team. We got better teams now.
Yeah, more high. Like, let's be honest. I know it was the Final Four last year. Who gives a fuck about NC State and Purdue? Florida-Auburn, though. Now we're talking business.
Yeah, like Zach Edey. I mean, good player.
Now, UConn Alabama was a decent draw, but that still only did 30K last year. I imagine Duke Houston will do very good numbers in the nightcap.
Oh, 100%. I think Cooper Flag Mania alone will drive that through.
All right, so we're getting back here at the under 8 timeout. 1,300 people watching. If you haven't already, hit that sub button. We're on the road to 405,000 subscribers today. I think it's possible. I think it's very possible. Continue to hit that sub button here at Chat Sports. We provide you with everything you need to know when it comes to the sports world on YouTube, NBA, NFL, college basketball, college football. We go live for the big events like this one, NBA free agency, NBA draft. We do it all. Matthew James says, hey, I think you have a lot more viewers because of the bad weather in the South and they cut out the sound of the game. Is that true? Crazy. 29-25, 7:30 to go in the first half. 4-point Auburn lead. They have the ball. Denver Jones now at the top of the key. Gets it to Miles Kelly. Kelly tries to get it to Broom on the right side. They do. Broom works inside. Hangs in the air. Can't finish. Excellent defense by the Gators. Broom had an early 6 points, but he's been kept quiet over the last about 8 minutes of game action. Elijah Martin now has it left wing. Doubled and kicks it over to the big man. I forget how you say his last name. I don't want to mispronounce it. Now Huff inside, spinning, losing the handle. Pettiford picks up the loose ball. 5-on-4 for Auburn if they go. Pettiford to Broom. Broom loses the handle, and now Auburn couldn't take advantage of that fast break opportunity. Pettiford on the right wing gets a screen from Broom. Boy, is his handle exquisite. He'll take a step back three. Comes up a bit short, and then a foul is called. Janai Broom draws the foul. It will be on, I'm going to try to do it, Handglotten. Handglotten. That's what I'm going with. Whistled for the foul on the floor, so second opportunity. It's only the third foul on Florida in this first half. Auburn only has 5. It's been a relatively clean game in terms of fouls, so nobody's in trouble as of right now. Tahad Pettiford has the top of the key. Pick and roll with Broom. Pettiford swings it over to Denver Jones. 10 on the shot clock. He'll reset. They run a lot of their action through Broom. He'll set a screen. Jones, doubled, swings to Pettiford. Right wing three. It's contested, but he can't knock it down, so 2 missed threes in a row by the freshman. Clayton Jr. back into the game for Florida. He gets downhill in terrible transition defense by Auburn. Easy layup for the star out of Florida. The first team All-American. Consensus. First ever Gator to be a consensus first team All-American. Hard to imagine. 29-27 Auburn leads, especially with the people that they've had, like Bradley Beal, Joakim Noah, Brewer. Turnover, backcourt violation on the Tigers. And Florida will get ball down 2 with 5.5 to go. The scoring has really taken a stop here. I'm not concerned about my bet, but if I had the over, I would not be happy. Broom checking out. He's got 6 points. He looks to be a little bothered right now. We know he's dealing with elbow injury and a knee injury that he suffered in the second half of that game against Michigan State in the Elite Eight. Clayton inbounds to the corner. It's a Martin 3. No. Good rebound by Miles Kelly, and he'll bring it up the floor for Auburn. Now gets to Pettiford. Pettiford will get it and slow it down. 5.5 to go in this first half. 2-point Auburn lead. Pettiford gets a screen from Caldwell. Pettiford inside, right to the rim, and uses the rim to shield off the defender and gets the lefty layup to go. First bucket of the game for the true freshman. Clayton inside, loses the handle, ball loose, but Will Richards able to regather. He drives, slips, but is able to drop it off to Handglotten. Now back to Richard, moving 3. Can't go. Ball loose. Grabbed by Auburn. And the Tigers have a chance to expand on this 4-point lead as we are under 5 minutes to go in this first half. Caldwell sets Pettiford a screen. Pettiford slipping. That's a travel. No call. Ball loose. Picked up by Auburn. I mean, that's clear travel. I don't know what the officials were looking at. 5 on the shot clock. Denver Jones has to make something happen. Splits the double team. Gets inside. Hangs. Finishes with the contact. And 1. Denver Jones. And Auburn opens up their largest lead of the game at 6 points. 33-27. I don't know if that's a foul. That's a tough finish, though, by Denver Jones. By the way, where is the Alamodome? What is played there?
UTSA football.
Interesting.
It used to be, I forget who used to play there, but yeah, it doesn't really get used other than for special events.
Interesting. Denver Jones misses the free throw, so the lead stays at 6. Richard driving, stolen from behind, Miles Kelly. Tell you what, the defense of Auburn has really tightened up here over the last 3 or 4 minutes. 5th turnover of the half on the Gators. Pettiford at the top of the key. Over to Denver Jones. He comes off a curl inside. Floater, too strong. Rebound. Out and running for the Gators. Will Richard will slow it down and find a trailing Clayton. Clayton inside, Euro step to the rim. Pretty finish by Walter Clayton. Boy, does he just find a way to find creases in your defense and finish. And we'll have a timeout called by Bruce Pearl and the Auburn Tigers with 3.5 minutes to go in the first half. I do not think this will suffice as the under 4, though. Am I correct on that?
For the timeout?
Yeah. Because Auburn called a timeout.
I think, yeah, they'll just say, okay, take this as the media timeout.
Yeah? Well, we'll see. All right, 1,400 people watching, only 263 likes. I need that number to climb. I think the goal should be 500 likes. I am. There's 1,400 people watching. We're live for free. Broadcasting, play-by-play for the game. Florida-Auburn will be here with a separate stream for Houston and Duke in the night game. We got 270 likes. I think 500 should be on the table. You know what? If we get the 500 likes before halftime, I'm taking a shot in the house. Usually a $20 super chat for a shot. We've taken one shot already for 100 likes. If we get the 500 likes before halftime, I'm taking another one. I'm taking another one. Help your boy out. Help a boy out, man. Got over 300 now. By the way, I'll say this. Not often, Justin, do you see a color combo, like a color matchup so similar. Not often blue and orange versus blue and orange.
I think both colors are very good, or both colleges use the colors very well. Because those two aren't the most beautiful colors in the world.
Sneaky, like, different colors of orange. Like, Auburn is much more lighter. Like, in Florida's a little bit more vibrant. Also a lighter blue for Florida and compared to the darker Auburn blue. But listen, my favorite color is orange, so I'll never be upset watching a couple teams that don the orange color. Never will. I love this studio, still having this TV. Makes me so happy for events like this. All right. Look, we're still trying to get to 500 likes. We're at 343. Can we get to 500 before we get to halftime? Auburn leading here 33-29. Auburn winning the battle in the paint 20-12. They're also out rebounding Florida by 1, 14-13. 3-point shooting about the same. Each team has made 3. Florida's 3 of 8. Auburn's 3 of 12. Out of the timeout, Auburn's got ball. Pettiford, quick 3. Was he fouled? He was. What a mistake. See, right back to the timeout. I told you. I told you. It doesn't count. It doesn't work. I don't understand why that doesn't suffice as the under 4, but it doesn't. How about 30 seconds? Auburn called a timeout with 3:30 to go. They come out of the timeout, out of bounds play, fouled on the pass in, back to timeout. The college basketball, like I said, college basketball is interesting because I think the game goes by quicker than the NBA. Obviously, there's 8 less minutes and stuff like that. But the final 4 minutes of each half takes about what feels like the same amount of time as the first 16 minutes. It's ridiculous. It's an issue. It's an issue. Cannon kind of looked good against Houston. See if he does again. Yeah, that was a nice double hit down the line, but Did you watch the home opener yesterday? Yeah. Nice double, but man, needs to. I think he's just like over swinging right now, to be honest. Oh, he's been awesome. He's been awesome. 1,600 people watching. We're in a timeout here with 3.5 left to go in the first. It's been a great back and forth game. Listen, this has been, I've said it, Justin. This has been maybe the most underwhelming March Madness that we've had in a long time. The round of 64, not many upsets. The biggest upset was McNeese over Clemson. That's not even that big of an upset. And you didn't really get much chaos this tournament. But that all led us to what people thought was going to be a great Elite Eight. Now, unfortunately, there's a couple of good games, but some blowouts as well. But then everyone said, all right, the 4 best teams in college basketball made it to the Final Four. Not often you could say that. They did. So we're expected to see 2 high-level games today and a high-level game on Monday night to decide the national championship. And it has not disappointed in the first 16 and a half minutes so far.
First 25%, it's lived up.
I mean, this has been an unbelievable game. If we could get the same type of intensity in the second half, that's talk about a doozy. And then hopefully, listen, I'm a little bit nervous of Duke Houston because I do think that has blowout potential. I think Houston's going to keep it. I do think Houston ends up keeping it close. But if you told me Duke won that game by 15 and was leading by double digits the entire second half, wouldn't shock me. Because that's how good Duke is.
It's probably going to be close until 15 minutes to go in the second half, quite honestly.
We'll see. We'll see. All right, we're coming back here in the first half. Johni Broome, the leading man for this Auburn basketball team, has been relatively quiet. Had an early 6 points, but hasn't scored in probably more than 10 minutes of game time. Pettiford will come out of this timeout at the line for 3 as he was fouled on a 3-point shot. The true freshman made the first free throw, so 34-29. Makes the second, so 6-point lead for Auburn. Remember, Auburn has led for most of this first half, but 6 is the largest it has been. So if Pettiford's able to make this third free throw, this will be the largest lead of the game for the Tigers. And he does, so 36-29, 3.5 to go. Auburn's faithful, boy, did they travel. Look at the crowd. I can't say with 1,000% certainty, but it feels like this is a pro-Auburn crowd when you compare the 2 fan bases here. But Florida does travel well, so I'm kind of surprised I don't see more of them in the stands. Huff open for 3 for the Gators. Too strong. Rebound, Miles Kelly. Here comes Auburn looking to extend on their 7-point lead. Pettiford will slow it down. The true freshman averaging about 18 points in this tournament. Gets it to Mazzara. Now inside the Broome on the block. Broome has great position inside. Pump fakes, goes up, and is able to bank it home. And it's now a 9-point Auburn lead. Florida comes quickly the other way. They play with pace. Clayton inside, fouled by Chad Baker Mazzara. And the talented AP All-American will go to the line for the Gators. I mean, you give Broome that type of position, you're dead. You stand no chance to get a stop there. The only way is if Condon just doesn't move an inch and just stays strong and forces Broome to take a tough angle on that. But as soon as he semi-fell for the pump fake, he was done. It was over.
You know who is a post-game, college post-game, kind of reminds me of? Draymond Green, low-key.
Really? Interesting.
Michigan State Draymond Green.
Michigan State Draymond. Clayton made the first free throw, so we're halfway done. We got to 30. No, we're 25% of the way there. Yeah. I did get slightly nervous about Florida, but I knew they were going to get to 30. 7-point Auburn lead. They get it to Broome on the low block again. He's spinning on Huff. He's got great position again and is able to get it to go with his right hand. 40-31 Auburn lead. Broome now with 10 points. 4 of 8 from the field. He was quiet, but back-to-back buckets there for the Wooden Award finalist. Oh, great defense by Miles Kelly. Forces a kick over to Huff. His three-pointer is good. A big 3 by the Gators to cut Auburn's lead to 6. 2 minutes to go in this first half. Chad Baker-Mazara drops it off to Broom at the top of the key. Broom will line up a three. Too strong. Rebound to Clayton. Clayton brings it up. Driving on Baker-Mazara. Pull-up jumper at the elbow. No good. Rebound offensively for Florida. Out to Martin. Martin inside. Can't get the lefty layup to go. The tip-in by Condon can't fall either. And the ball is secured by Broom and Auburn with 1.5 minutes to go. And they'll slowly walk the ball up the court. Pettiford's played most of this first half. He comes off the bench. He gets it over to Miles Kelly. His three-pointer rattles home. And Auburn back up by 9. The transfer from Georgia Tech fired up. Largest lead in the game for Auburn. 1 minute to go. Clayton swings it to the corner. It's Richard. Oh, major facial. Pettiford goes right into the head of Richard. And that is the 7th foul on Auburn. Florida is in the bonus, so Richard will get a 1-and-1 attempt. Look at this. That's a facial right there. Will Richard, one of the top 3 players on this Florida Gators team, struggling today to this point, only having 2 points. 1-and-1 opportunity. Needs the first one. Gets it. 43-35. Exactly 1 minute to go in this first half. Back and forth for the most part here, but Auburn has kind of taken a lead here as of late. Richard makes both free throws. He's got 4 points in the game, and Auburn's lead is down to 7. If you're the Gators, if you get a stop and a bucket here, you'll feel good about going into the half potentially down 5 or 4, depending on the bucket you get on the other end. Denver Jones has it on the right wing, gets it to Kelly. Kelly just made a 3. Now gets a screen from Broom. Has to get it over to Broom in the mid-post. He drives on Chigaloo, gets position inside, turns around, and banks it home. Broom feeling it, 12 points. 9-point Auburn lead again. Quick, the lead the other way comes Clayton. Finger roll layup. What a nifty move by Walter Clayton. It's a 45-38 Auburn lead. 20 seconds to go. Shot clock turned off, so Auburn will have final shot. Clayton has 14 points in this one. 10 seconds. Denver Jones dribbling. Auburn will start to get into their set. 8 seconds. Jones driving, kicking, wide open, Miles Kelly 3. No good. Offensive rebound, Denver Jones. Fouled inside. Yes? People just standing around looking. The buzzer sounded like that was the end of the first half. But I thought a foul was called. And there was. Now, there is an official review to see how much time will be left, but clearly fouled before the clock expired. The foul occurred with about 1.3 seconds left, I believe. So that's how much time Florida will have after Auburn gets a pair of free throws. When was the foul? I mean, it's kind of a late whistle here. Watch the VAR official not call us until super late. So they're actually going to say the foul occurred with 1.6 seconds. So Auburn will get 2 free throws for Denver Jones, and then the Gators will have 1.6 seconds to try to score. Florida has a use it or lose it timeout. Remember, you can't take all 4 timeouts into the second half. So if Florida does a use one here in the final 1 second, then they'll just start the second half with 3. Denver Jones has 4 points in this one. Missed his only free throw attempt earlier in the game. He misses again. So Denver Jones one of the lead guards for Auburn, really struggling in this one. 2 of 6 from the field, 0 for 3 from 3, and now 0 for 2 at the free throw line. Jones makes that one, and no surprise here, Florida uses their timeout. So we'll take a quick break in the action. Auburn leads 46-38. We'll return with 1.6 seconds remaining in the first half, and it will be Florida ball. I'll say this, Justin. I did not expect – I mean, there's a lot of time left in this game. Like, there's no doubt about that. I am a little bit shocked at how good Auburn has looked.
I think they've come better prepared, quite honestly.
And that, to me, just is coaching. Listen, Todd Golden's a good coach, but first ever Final Four. Like, that means a lot. And Bruce Pearl's done this at multiple programs for a very long time, so he knew what to expect. I also think it benefited Auburn to lose that game against Florida. Listen, Auburn got their shit kicked in at home against Florida in the regular season, losing 90-81, but the game was never that close. I think they came motivated to prove that that was a one-time thing. And listen, I think if Auburn beat Florida in the regular season in their one matchup, we might be seeing a flip of the scoreboard. 1.6 seconds to go in the half. A shot gets up, but it does not go. So that will be the half. We will go into half in our first Final Four game between Auburn and Florida. 46-38, Tigers lead. How long will we have? I thought I saw 20 minutes on the halftime clock. I couldn't tell. Janai Broome, 12 points, 4 boards, 2 blocks in that first half. So our original live poll, Justin, who you got? Auburn, Florida, 51% Auburn, 49% Florida. I'm going to restart the live poll of who you got because I want to see an updated look. Florida or Auburn? Who you got? Auburn leads by 8 at the half, 46-38. Do you guys think Auburn will hold on? Do you think Florida comes back? It's the age-old question. What time is it? It's 6:07. So say this game restarts at 6:27. First half took just about an hour. Second half will probably take the same. So that's 7:30. So we're probably looking around an 8 o'clock tip, which is what we expected. It was originally 7:50, they say. No chance. Our time. Yeah, they say 5:09 and 7:49. Yeah, come on now. When does that happen? I see a lot of F still some Auburn. The live poll is 57% Auburn. Well, we didn't get to 500 likes before halftime, which is disappointing, but can we at least get there right now? Listen, we got 402 likes. Can we get to 500? Be very helpful. Patrick Tully says Auburn Duke in the finals. Listen, that was my prediction. That was my preseason prediction. Not preseason, my pre-tournament prediction, my bracket. I had Auburn, Florida. Auburn Duke in the championship game. I have Auburn winning. Now, after seeing Duke play, I don't feel too good about that pick, but Duke feels like a destiny. How are they going to lose? Angelo says Florida comes back at the house. What's the live number you think on that? Justin, your prediction. What's the live number?
The odds?
Yeah, what's the spread in this game? 8-point Auburn lead. What's the spread?
I would say Auburn 4.5.
Close, 5.5. Ooh. I kind of like the Gators. Down 8, I think they get it within 5. over-under has skyrocketed to 167.5. So after a little lull there, a high-scoring final, probably 6 minutes of that half, evidently kept it rolling. A lot of free throws there. Look at Charles. I'd love to see Auburn win a national championship just to see Charles Barkley's reaction. Oh, I kind of see when he's clocked. All right, we got 17 minutes left until and a half. So 17-minute halftime. Still got 1,500 people watching. Let's showcase our Super Chat menu during this half time. If we want to have a fun party here during halftime, this is our Super Chat menu. We're live here for free. We put out free content on the daily, but this is one way to almost give a tip, if you will. I don't know how you want to say it, but we appreciate any donations. Allows us to grow the channel, do more live events like this, show our bosses that we do a good job. $10, we'll do our wheel spin. We've done one wheel spin today. $20, I'll take a shot of tequila. Got the Patron with me. $50, beer bong. $50 beer bongs. Is there anything worse than playing rainy, cold baseball at night, Justin?
A rain delay.
Rain delays are brutal, too. Rain delays are brutal, too. Adello Stock says, if my parlay hits, I'll send you some. What's your parlay? Fill me in. I have 3 bets in today. I have Florida money line. I picked them to win. My bracket wants Auburn, but I bet on Florida because I thought they were going to win, but we'll see. I also have Duke 4.5 later tonight, and then I have a fun bet that I briefly told the chat, and I've told Justin. I have a bet that each team today, Florida, Auburn, Houston, Duke, will score 30 points in each half. So far, we're down 1. We need each team to score 30 points in each half. Florida had 38, Auburn had 46, so done there. Just need each team to score 30 in the second half, and then we'll move on to the nightcap. Stock says Broom over 20 points, okay. You got 12, he's on pace. I got to be honest, I have a prize picks, and I took his less than 20 points. Yeah. I thought the injury was going to limit him. And I thought, listen, Florida's got a good rotation of bigs. Condon, that big fella. I'm spacing on the name. Hanglotten. Excuse me, there we go. They got Chigaloo, who has not really been a factor in this game. See, it's actually Chinaloo, excuse me. I don't know, I keep on saying Chigaloo. We'll read off some first-half stats for the leading Auburn Tigers. They've only gone 8 deep in their rotation today. Janai Broom, 12 points, 4 rebounds, 2 blocks, and a steal. He has looked the part of a Wooden Award finalist. Miles Kelly has 8 points. The Georgia Tech transfer has knocked down a couple threes. Chad Baker-Mazara has 8 points. He had 8 points in the first, 4 minutes of the game. Denver Jones has 5. Dylan Cardwell has 4. And then off the bench for Auburn, Tahad Pettiford has 5. Chaney Johnson has 4. Chris Moore has only logged a couple minutes. He has 0 points for Auburn. Florida has also only gone 8 deep. Walter Clayton, the AP All-American first team, has 14 points, leading scorer in the game, 5 of 9 from the field, 2 of 4 from 3. Elijah Martin has 10 points on 3 of 6 shooting. Will Richard has 4 points, all at the free throw line, 4 or 5. Chinaloo has 2. Condon only has 1. And then off the bench, Haw has 5. And Aberdeen has 2. And those are the stats in the first half for this game. Listen, hit that like button, folks. Come on, we said we'd take a shot if we get to 500 likes before the half. We didn't get there, but the bosses want us to get to 500 likes during halftime. We're 51 away. Can we get to 400 and, or excuse me, can we get to 500 likes? Be greatly appreciated, folks. that like button. Yeah, good point by Clark Kellogg here. The difference in this one is points in the paint. Florida's dominated, excuse me, Auburn has dominated the points in the paint. 26-14. Looking at the other things, similar rebounding game, 17-16. Free throw game is close. Both teams have made 4 threes. It's been a close game, man. It's been a close game to this point. We'll see, though. Let's see how my prize pick's doing. I had Walter Clayton 2 threes. Already has 2. Bang. I got the less than Broom 20 points, which is sketchy. Then I have Kaman Malawach, 8.5 rebounds more than, and more than Cooper Flagg, 15.5 points. They did a flash deal for Flagg, 15.5. That's sketchy. I'm not going to lie. I think he gets it. I mean, he averages 19 points a game, but, like, my goodness, that's sketchy.
I almost took the regular line under. He hadn't hit that.
What's the regular line? Is it 20?
20 and a half, yeah.
I got to be honest. I kind of like the less there. Like the less. Hey, do you think you could hold it down for, like, 1 minute? I want to go fill up my water.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, cool. All right, so Justin's going to come on and hang out with y'all for just a brief second while I fill up my water. And then we'll be back for the second half here shortly. I said, 17 minutes a couple minutes ago, so we probably still got 12, 13 minutes left until halftime is over.
All right.
I appreciate you, Justin.
For the Florida fans in the chat, I am curious. If they do come back and win, and they win the championship, where would Walter Clayton rank in all-time Gators? Obviously, Corey Brewer, Joakim Noah, Al Horford, they're obviously, I'm assuming, at the top. But I'm assuming he's already ahead of Bradley Beal, considering that Beal didn't have this level of success as far as the team success. But yeah, let me know. No, okay, Jay Bake is saying number 2 behind Noah. So Joakim Noah is your number 1? Because wasn't it kind of Corey Brewer that kind of led the charge for the team back then? Or am I making that up? Auburn fans, I have a question for y'all too. Different era and different type of basketball. Okay. Oh, no, that was Joakim? Hey, I know Joakim was money on defense, but I just didn't. I felt like Corey Brewer was the one that was scoring for him. Gotcha. I get what y'all are saying. Auburn fans, obviously been really good the last couple of years since Bruce Pearl got here. But would this run be up there with the Cam Newton year? Or would it be better?
Appreciate you holding it down, Justin.
Bruce Pearl isn't a good coach.
Come on, man.
What? That's part of college coaching, is salesmanship. You got to recruit.
Bruce Pearl has a career. Wait, no, that doesn't feel right. Career 73% winning percentage. He, as a head coach, is 706 and 267. Ready for this? He is 21-13 in the NCAA tournament. That's pretty damn good in his career. He's made 2 Final Fours, 2019, 2025, both with Auburn. Coached Tennessee for 6 seasons, was out of the game for a little bit, and then has been with Auburn since 2014.
Completely changed the program, in my opinion. Hey, championships aren't the end-all, be-all. Only one team gets to win every year.
He got off to a really bad start with Auburn, if you remember. Like, his first season, 15-20, then 11-20, then 6-14, and then 27-8, 2017-2018, 26-8, 2018-2019, 30-10, made the Final Four. Then, obviously, COVID. Then they were ineligible. I forgot, why were they ineligible?
Recruiting violation?
Due to former assistant coach Chuck Person's involvement in a corruption scandal. So that would do it. And then they came out of the ineligible season going 26-6. That was with Jabari Smith.
Hey, we're not saying that he's one of the greatest of all time. We're just saying he's a good coach.
He is a good coach. There's no denying he's a good coach. Anyone saying that he's not a good coach is just lying to themselves. And it's the truth. He's a good coach. I'd actually be willing to say I think he's the best coach left in the tournament. I mean, there's only 4. I think it's either him or Kelvin Sampson. Like, if I ranked the coaches left, I think it's Bruce Pearl 1. I think it's Kelvin Sampson 2. I think it's John Shire 3. And then I'll go Todd Golden 4. Just because Golden is the, I guess, least experienced out of all 4. And we've seen Shire make the Elite 8 with Duke. And he just looks like an excellent coach. So
this may be me lying to myself. But I'm hoping that Kelvin Sampson is the difference next game.
Yeah.
Just since he has the pedigree and experience.
You're going to need him to. You're also going to have to hope that Houston's physical defense just wears on the true freshman, Cooper Flagg, Con Kneppel. I tell you what, though, when you got Proctor, you got Sion James, you have these other veteran transfers, like, it's hard to envision them getting that rattled.
Oh, I don't – this isn't the old Duke. This is an NBA-ish team. They're pretty physical.
Yeah, I was going to say, that, like, old Duke, like, even with Coach K, like, you could bully them around if you got physical. That's why they've been able to – they came up short a couple years in the tournament, even though they were the more, like, talented and on paper better team. But I don't think you're going to be able to do it this year, especially with when you got a guy like Kaman Malawach inside. Dude, he is a tank. That guy scares me. Like, I would be like Victor Wembanyama is obviously like very intimidating with his 7'4" height, his wingspan. But Malawach 7'2", 7'6" wingspan. He's built like a truck. I would be scared to go inside with Malawach.
Hey, slow down the game and be strategic. That's all I'm asking for.
That's what you're gonna have to do. So you're clearly hating it. You do not want to see Duke win. Not only for the money, but like, do you just not like Duke in general? Like, what do you?
I mean, since Coach K left, it doesn't really matter to me. I don't like dislike him anymore.
Gotcha.
Wait, that's right. Didn't Auburn fight each other on the plane this year?
Yeah, right before the year started. How about that?
Oh, by the way, 500 likes, so.
Oh, we got 500 likes. No. They did not reach their goal. No shot. Because I said I need to get 500 likes before halftime. We needed to get it during halftime, but I was taking a shot in the house if we got 500 likes before halftime. Fortunately, we didn't get there. Fortunately, we didn't. Whoa. What are we, probably about 5 minutes left until second half gets underway, probably?
I think right after this commercial break.
Even less. I'll take it. Who y'all got? Who you guys think wins? You guys got Auburn or Florida taking this one? So Auburn leads by 8.5. Who you got? Oh, I will be taking a shot here. Not because of you guys getting the likes, because we didn't get to the spot we needed to before we had to, but because of my good friend Sir Wavy, who has sent in 2 super chats today, one $10, one $20. Shout out to Sir Wavy with the 20. Got the Patron out there. Salute to you, my friend. Salute to you. Salute to you. Terry says that looks like aqua. Yeah, fun fact, tequila is clear, just like water. People are amazing, man. Shout out to Sir Wavy with the $20 super chat. Shout out to you, Sir Wavy. Still got 1,600 people watching. Second half supposed to be right underway. I didn't say that, Tyke Flake. I said 500 likes before halftime. You roll the tape. No. 1 minute to go until halftime is over. Let's go, baby. Let's go. I'm excited for the second half. Really entertaining first half. I think it will be just as entertaining in the second half. Just as entertaining in the second half. Auburn shot 52% from the field in that first half. Florida shot 44%. Not really any fast break points, which is crazy. Florida has none. They average 16 points a game in fast break. Second highest in Division I. Band coach interviews. Band coach interviews, huh? How about this? How about the placement of the media just right behind the announcers?
I'm okay with that. I'm tired of fans,
right behind them.
Look at me,
Yeah.
look at me. Like, congrats, you're on TV.
If Florida's going to win this game, Justin, they're going to need more from Walter Clayton. Listen, it's crazy to say more. He had 14 points. But like, can we be honest here? It was a quiet 14. He had those 2 threes early that really announced himself. But then other than that, it doesn't feel like he has controlled the game. And that's what has propelled Florida past UConn, past Texas Tech. He, controlled the game. I haven't feel like he's done that.
I feel like we'll find out in the first 5 minutes.
Don't hate that. Don't hate that. All right, second half about to get underway right now, baby. Auburn, Florida. Here we go. Florida looking to erase an 8-point deficit. Wouldn't be the first time they come back in this NCAA tournament. Came back down big in the Elite Eight against Texas Tech. Was able to come back trailing by 5 or 6 against UConn. And here we go. We're underway. Condon at the top of the key, driving, drops it inside to Chinalu. His right hook shot over Caldwell goes. And that's exactly what you wanted to see if you're a Gators fan. Quick bucket to cut the deficit to 6. Baker Mazzara turns it over. and then he'll be whistled for a foul. So a dream start for the Gators, a bucket and a turnover forced. Turnover on Florida. Here comes Chad Baker-Mazara now as he atones for his sin. Grives inside, floater on the baseline. High arcer goes. Was that looked weird. Why, it went in. It looked almost like a knuckleball he floated up there. Like had like no rotation on it. 8-point Auburn lead. Clayton doubled. Swings it over to Condon. He'll launch a three. Oh my God, it almost banked in from the top of the key, but it can't go. Caldwell tracks down the rebound and gives it up to Baker-Mazara. He brings it up on the left side. Caldwell sets a screen. Mazara doubled, loses the handle, gets it back. Now resets out to Denver Jones. Jones to Broom. Broom faces up on Condon. Skits to his left hand. Not able to finish, but fouled on the fadeaway on the baseline. So foul will go on Condon. Look at that. Knuckleball almost. Tough bucket. Mazara with 10 points in this one. Broom will go to the line for 2. He's a 50% free throw shooter, but he went 2 of 2 earlier in the game. So law of averages say he'll miss these 2. But he makes the first. Auburn's largest lead of the game was 9 early in that first half, or late in the first half, I should say. Broom makes this free throw here, and 10 will now be the largest. Broom's got 13, chance to make it 14. And there's the 50% free throw shooter as he misses that one a little too strong, and the lead will stay at 9. Clayton brings it up, splits a double team, gets in the mid-range, kicks it back out to Huff. Now back to Clayton. Mazara in hot pursuit. Clayton turns it over. It's been an issue today for the Gators. They've been turning over a lot. Auburn in transition. Miles Kelly just hit the side of the backboard on a baseline floater. Yes, that happened. Clayton, the other way, finds a trailing Huff for 3. Comes up short, rebound, Richard amongst the trees, and then is able to finish, plus the foul. What an impressive offensive rebound and bucket by Will Richard, and he'll have a chance to complete the 3-point play at the free throw line the old-fashioned way. I don't know where the foul was, but it's a good bucket inside. And he does make the 3-point play. Auburn's lead down to 6. Denver Jones turns the corner, steps back, creates a lot of space at the free throw line, but can't get it to go. How about Richard getting that rebound over Caldwell? Clayton in transition, left open for 3. Bang! You can't give him any space, and just like that, the Gators are within 3. 49-46. Denver Jones has it. Florida's 3 of 5 from the field in this second half. Miles Kelly, top of the key, stripped, turnover. Gators out and running. Will Richard to the rim, hanging, can't finish. Blown opportunity for Florida, and a big-time break there for Auburn after the turnover. Denver Jones gets it to Broom in the low block. He's backing down on Huff. Patient. Gets to his left hand. Can't finish. Rebound loose. Grabbed by Chinaloo. And here comes the Gators looking to cut in this deficit some more. Martin pump fakes, resets for the tie. We are tied! 49-all. Florida making the halftime adjustments necessary. It's a 9-0 run. Denver Jones finds curling Miles Kelly. Kelly inside, high arcing layup. No. Florida has a chance to take the lead. Here comes Clayton to Huff. Huff stripped, but it goes off of Florida. What a play by the senior, Chad Baker-Mazara, getting back in defense and stripping Huff inside. It goes off of his knee. So when we come back from the under 16 timeout, it will be Auburn basketball. We're tied up at 49 here, folks. And we got a very early game brewing here. It's going to be a good one. As Hezi Farrow points out, super senior indeed. Baker-Mazara is as old as me, and I've been out of college for 2 years. So, actually 2.5 years. That is my third year out of college. Yeah, right? I graduated in 22. So, yeah, that checks out. Yeah. That checks out. Who you got? We got a brand new ball game, folks. Auburn led by 8 at the half, just led by 9 a minute and a half ago, but Florida's on a 9-0 run. Paco is going with the Florida Gators to win this one. So is Ty Man. So is Brad. Puppet says, I knew Florida. Fiber's still rocking with Auburn. Ivan says Florida. CEX says Florida. Sir Wavy, Florida. Garrett says go Gators. Cameron says Florida. JR says Florida. JT, Florida. CC says Gators. Momo says Auburn all day. NXT says Auburn. Tariq says Auburn. Atypical says Auburn. Jim Joe says Florida. Close game so far. I think this one's going to be back and forth the entire second half. We'll see who prevails. We will see who prevails. Who I got, man? I picked Florida to win before the game. I think I'm gonna go Auburn. I know Florida's on a run, but listen, Auburn's gonna go on their run, and it's just all about who makes the last run. I think Auburn still is going to win. Auburn hasn't been able to really hit their threes. I think once they settle down here in the second half, I think they end up winning. But we'll see. It'll be a close game. It'll be a close game. That's all we can hope for. All we can hope for. Oh, and there's the Gator faithful letting their voices be heard. Oh, it's like a weird design in that building. Yeah. It's like really widespread. I think going to the Final Four is maybe the most overrated sporting event to go to. And that's coming from a diehard college basketball guy. Like, you just don't see the court well because the place isn't designed for basketball unless you're really close. Yeah. Pettiford checks in for Auburn and immediately turns it over. This Gator defense has been suffocating early in the second half. Clayton turns the corner, gets inside, lefty layup, and that's the first lead in a very long time for Florida. Clayton with 19 on the game, and the Gators up 51-49. First lead since 9 minutes to go in the first half. Broom backing down on Chinaloo, gets inside, fouled, and the bucket. Janai Broom ties the game up at 51, and will have a chance to give Auburn the lead right back. Tough bucket there by Walter Clayton with the left hand. Yeah, I think my prize picks is cooked. I think Broom's going to get 20. I think he's going to get 20. That's a big bucket for Auburn. That was an 11-0 Florida run to take the lead after trailing by 9. Broom misses the free throw, though, so we'll be tied at 51. So Broom made the first 3 free throws, missed the last 2. He's a 50% free throw shooter. Elijah Martin driving inside. Good defense by Chaney Johnson. Forces the pickup with a dribble. This has got to be a 5-second call. No? Interesting. Martin gets it back in the corner. Contested 3. Air ball. Ball loose. Picked up by Auburn. Great defensive possession there by the Tigers. 5-9, Florida is shooting in this second half. Oh, we got a Auburn player down. Foul on Florida. It's Denver Jones. Looks like he got hit upstairs. Ooh. Elbowed right to the side of the head by Chinelu. And he's still down here. That's the third foul on Chinelu. Yeah, Denver Jones gets up under his own power. This is being reviewed for a potential flagrant. Listen, I know Gene's territory says anytime someone has an elbow get to the head or that high up area, it's going to be a potential flagrant. I don't think there was malicious intent there.
It's accidental. Everyone's trying to play basketball.
Like, let's just keep the game moving. Common foul. Jeez. No way it's a flagrant 2. I don't think it's a flagrant 1 either, Justin.
He's just trying to get it away from the screen. It's just unlucky.
Yeah. Still under review with 14:38 to go in the second half. Tough hit, though. What? Did I miss it? Oh, they give it like, well, I could see it. I could see it. Oh yeah, right here. If they both looked in the camera, it'd be good. Good point, Double S. 1,700 people watching. Hit that like button. Let's try to get to 1,000 likes on this stream. Remember, we'll be live again. So what we'll do is we're going to sign off after this game, and then we'll take a 10, 15-minute recess, and then we'll go back live about 5 or 10 minutes before the Duke-Houston game. So we will be live for both games tonight. Here's the official call. I think he just mouthed it's going to be an F1. Wow. They're going to call flagrant 1 on Chinelu here. So that's going to be 2 free throws for Auburn and the ball. Listen, that's a tough call. I don't agree with it. I thought it should have been a common foul. It was not malicious. It was not done with intent, just accidental elbow. J-Bake, we will be streaming for the Natty. So Denver Jones at the line for 2. Makes the first, and then Auburn will retain possession. Auburn led by as much as 9 in this half. Florida just finished off an 11-0 run, but Auburn is now answering with a 4-0 spurt to retake the lead by 2 and can continue that spurt as they have ball. Miles Kelly has it in the corner, gets it out to Tahad Pettiford, the talented freshman. He's left open for a second, launches a 3, too strong. And then they're going to call Auburn for a rebounding foul. Chaney Johnson goes over the back of Huff, and it will go back to Florida. That's now 3 fouls on each team early here, Justin, about 5 minutes into the second half. So there is a chance here that we see free throws down the stretch. It was 46-38, so 68 and 76. I always forgot his name. Haglin, think so. Gets it over to Aberdeen. Aberdeen on the right wing. 4 on the shot clock. Driving on Denver Jones. Hanging. Bank shot. No. Rebound. Fought for. Goes out of bounds. Will stay with the Gators. And a fresh 20 on the shot clock for Florida. It's a great defensive possession for Auburn. Auburn's 2 of 7 from the field in this half. Florida's 5 of 10. Walter Clayton inbound, gets it to the big man. They're trying to get it back to Clayton. They can't. Now in the corner for Richard. Richard doubled. Broom switches on. Richard loses the handle on. He tried to step back. And that's a double dribble. Double dribble on Richard. So after Florida won an 11-0 run to take a 2-point lead, they've now given up 4 straight points to Auburn and turned the ball over a couple times here. 9th turnover of the game for Florida. They averaged 13 turnovers in the tournament. Pettiford gets a screen from Broom. Driving left, Pettiford throws it to Broom inside, and they're going to whistle a foul. That's the 4th foul on Florida, so it'll be side out for Auburn. But we are going to get closer and closer to both teams being in the 1-1 here, Justin, with 13.5 to go in this game. Kelly to inbound it, gets to the Chaney Johnson. He's got position inside, ball loose, amongst the crowd, tipped away, and it's stolen again by Will Richards. So turnovers galore on each side. Here comes Clayton and the Gators. Drives left, double teamed in the corner, but stepped on the sideline, turnover, and that's the 10th of the game on the Gators. Five turnovers on Florida just in this half alone, 4 on Auburn. Denver Jones on the left wing has it. They try to post up Janai Broom. They can't get it to him. Pettiford at the top of the key resetting. Guarded by Aberdeen. Pettiford to Jones to Broom. Broom gets a screen. Bad spacing by Auburn here. Now they clear out for Broom on the left side. He drives, gets position, up and under layup, no good. Rebound Florida. Huff will bring it up for the Gators. And he gets it to Aberdeen. Pettiford defending. Auburn just can't get anything going offensively here in the second half. The defense of the Gators have really clamped down. Aberdeen coming off a curl at the free throw line. Another turnover, the 6th of the half for Florida, the 11th of the game. Florida's lucky that their defense is clamped in, or this could have been ugly the way the turnovers for Florida has just continued to be had. Low scoring second half to this point. Chaney Johnson inside. Great position on Walter Clayton. He just turns and flips it up and in. Auburn back up by 4. Clayton driving. Fouled on the floor, I believe. That's the 4th on Auburn. So both Auburn and Florida has 4 fouls as a team. 12:06 to go. 2,000 people watching. If you haven't already, hit that sub button. I'm Nic Rohloff here at Chat Sports. We go live for big events. We'll be live on Monday for the national championship game. We'll be live for Duke Houston tonight as well. We have daily content around the NBA, NFL, college football, college basketball at times as well. Subscribe today if you need to know everything about the sports world here on YouTube. Condon back in with 3 fouls, top of the key, hands it off to Aberdeen. 3 turnovers in the last 3 possessions for the Gators. Walter Clayton, sidestep, right wing 3. How did he make that? That is just a ridiculous shot by Clayton. His 4th 3 of the game. Florida back within 1. 7-3 for the Gators today, 4 of them coming from Clayton. His shot making is just top tier. Miles Kelly coming off a curl. Gets a screen now from Caldwell. Back to Jones. Denver Jones gets inside. Hop steps, drops off. What a feed to Caldwell! And he throws it down. Great offensive set there by Auburn. Dylan Cardwell now with 6 points, 3 of 3 shooting. Clayton inside, fouled by Denver Jones, and it will be 2 free throws coming for the AP All-American. How does he make that? That is just ridiculous.
Hey, he heard you call him out.
I said that he's going to have to control the game, not just score, but control the game. It feels like his time is now as he has put together a much better second half to this point in terms of controlling the game. Timeout on the floor, 11-12 to go. Continue to hit that sub button, 2,000 people watching. Subscribe today.
He's already at 8 points, probably going to be 10. Think he get to 16 second half points?
Clayton?
Yeah.
I think so. Got 22 in the game. I'm a little bit, I don't feel good about my bet here, Johnson. Auburn's got 11 points in this half so far. 16-11. Florida will get to, I think they'll end up getting to 30 just because, like, fouls late, free throws, stuff like that. Usually the first half is the one you have to be concerned about because if it's a close game late, you'll get fouls, extra possessions.
The free throws.
Yeah. So 57-54. Over 600 likes. Appreciate everyone who's hit that thumbs up icon. Appreciate everybody tuning in. What a stream we've had so far. What a game. What a game. Yeah, I think when we get to the under 8 timeout, so the next break in the action, I'll schedule the next stream. Probably do it, I think 8 o'clock. Like, tip's probably going to be like 8:10, 8:15, no? It probably is going to be the same. I don't think they would have adjusted it. They only adjusted, I think, after this game concludes because it's 30 minutes. I think it's 30 minutes. How much time is in between the Final Four games? I'm 95% sure it's 30 minutes. Time is between Final Four games. Between Final Four games on Saturday. Guys, they're killing me. They can't give me an answer. There's like a set time. I think it's 30 minutes, but could be wrong. Ty, man, you've been doing the Lord's work today. We've had a lot of bots. You've been doing the Lord's work, my friend. Appreciate you. Masters this weekend. Almost forgot about that. Yeah. Not this weekend, but obviously next weekend. Oh, yeah. And Basketball Hall of Fame 2025. Carmelo, Billy Donovan, Dwight Howard, and Heat owner Mickey Harrison. All right. We're back in action here in the second half. 57-54 Auburn lead. Clayton at the line. He's got 22 points. Make it 23 as he makes the first free throw. Billy Donovan obviously made his name as the Florida head coach for 19 seasons, now coaching the Chicago Bulls in the NBA. Clayton makes both free throws, 57-56. Clayton Jr. has 10 second-half points. Auburn as a team has 11. Pettiford playing with 3 fouls. The true freshman swings it over to Mazzara. Baker Mazzara to Cardwell. Cardwell can't throw down the dunk inside, and now Florida has a chance to take the lead. Clayton left wing, thought about a deep 3, gets chased off the line, fadeaway, blocked. That's a bad shot by Clayton. Pettiford with the rebound, leading in transition for Auburn, gets inside, tries to drop it off to Cardwell, but it's deflected out of bounds, and it will stay with the Tigers. Oh, that's a foul. Did he hit the – wait, maybe he did get ball. I thought first look he hit forearm. Second look he might have hit ball. Condon with the block. Auburn is just playing so dumb. They deserve to lose this game. This second half performance from Auburn is just terrible. And Bruce Pearl is irate. How could you not be? I mean, both teams are playing stupid. Both teams are turning the ball over at a high rate. Auburn's still clenching onto a 1-point lead. Auburn has scored 11 points in the second half. We're almost halfway through the second. Clayton Jr. sensing the moment, driving inside. Thought he traveled. I guess not. Aberdeen lines up a three. Too strong. Rebound. Chigalou inside. Stripped, but Elijah Martin gets it. Swings it over to Aberdeen. Aberdeen drives on Chaney Johnson. Up and under move. Fouled, and he'll go to the line for two. Excellent offensive possession there. Second chance opportunity. Not forcing anything. Taking their time. Able to get the big man in the air and draw the foul. Wait, I thought just the other day Anthony Edwards rolled his ankle. Now he's playing, apparently?
Pays to be young.
Guess so. Denzel Aberdeen at the line. Comes off the bench for the Gators as one of their lead backup guards. 2 points in this one. Chance to give Florida the lead with a pair of free throws. Well, the best he'll do now is tie, as he could not make the first free throw. Janai Broome comes in after a little bit of a 3-4 minute rest here. Aberdeen makes the second, and we are tied once again. Walter Clayton takes a seat on the bench. He'll likely sit for a couple minutes, and when he comes back in, I doubt he comes back out. We're tied up here in the Final Four. Pettiford has it. Gets it to Broome. Bad pass. It's turned over. Florida in transition. Martin with the slam, and the Gators take the lead. Just dumb, bad basketball by the Auburn Tigers in this second half. If I'm Bruce Pearl, I'd think about calling a timeout. They need to get settled down here. They still haven't been settled down. Cardwell inside, fouled going up with it, and Cardwell will go line. He is a 30% free throw shooter, Justin. So, yeah, Auburn going to the free throw line, but it is far from guaranteed to get any points out of this. I don't know either. Misses the first.
Form doesn't look horrible.
That's what I'm saying. Like, when they said he was a 32% free throw shooter when playing Michigan State, like, I watched it. I'm like, really? Like, it's not, there's no way that's 32%. It's bad, though.
Ooh, I don't know.
Well, he goes 1 of 2, and if you're an Auburn fan, you'll probably take that. Every time he goes to the line, if he goes for 2, if you can get 1, you're happy. 1 point Florida lead. Condon to Chigalou. Now Martin coming off of a curl. Gets it back to Condon. Now to Richard in the corner. Richard has been quiet in this one thus far. Drops it inside the Condon. 6 on the shot clock. Out to Aberdeen. Aberdeen back to Condon. Condon up and under. No. Offensive rebound. Florida putback. No. Rebound still loose. And the ball and the game stops because we got a poor clock. The shot clock went off. It should not have. I think it hit rim. Did it not? Oh, they're going to actually call a foul on Auburn. So never mind. Florida is in the bonus. So this is, I think, going to be 1-1. Or is it 2 shots? I guess it's 2 shots. And how about that fortuitous bounce for the Gators? Back rim, up, front rim, and in. Florida leads by 2. They've trailed for this pretty much entire game, but have outplayed Auburn significantly here in the second half. 1 of 2 free throw trip for Chigalou, so it's a 2-point lead for the Gators, 60-58. Auburn just has 12 points in the second half. Can their offense get going? They're shooting 4 of 11. Pettiford at the top of the key. They need a bucket in a bad way. Just too late, too slow getting into their action, Justin. Pettiford driving, baseline, dropping it off to Cardwell. Up and under, nothing there. Out to Kelly. Kelly's going to have to fire. He drives baseline and turns it over. I mean, they just look terrible. This game's over. I almost feel confident saying that with 8.5 to go. I mean, they look absolutely horrible.
The wheels have definitely fallen off. That's for sure.
They look out of sorts. They can't run any set. And what do you think the difference is, Justin? Do you think it's just defensive intensity by Florida? Because they haven't even played that crispy offensively. They're turning the ball over. It's just that Florida's defense has given Auburn nothing.
I think they just have a lack of focus right now because it's just slow up and down the court, turnover left and right.
Well, the Gators almost turn it over again. They've got 11 in the game. Now they try to get to Clayton, who just subbed back in. They do. Over to Condon. Condon driving on Cardwell. Finds a curling, trailing Richard. Richard up and under move. He got a good look. Can't make it. Ball loose. Grabbed by Broom. So Auburn gets the stop they've been looking for. But can they get the offense rolling? 8 minutes to go in this one. Next break in the action, we'll go to timeout. Denver Jones over to Broom inside. Broom backing down on Condon. This is where Auburn has to run their offense, I think. Broom stripped. Loose ball, regathers, gets to the Cardwell, but Condon goes into the legs of Broom, and that is going to be a foul. It's the 6th of the game, or excuse me, in the half on Florida, so no 1-and-1 yet for Auburn. Next foul will put them in the bonus, but it will be side out for the Tigers when we return from our under 8 timeout, 60-58. Justin, if you want to talk to the people for a little bit here while I schedule this second live stream, that would be very helpful.
Auburn fans, how are we feeling? I know a lot of y'all were really confident for the majority of this stream, but it's not looking good at all. The offense just looks terrible, but I will say the saving grace, I believe. Florida just looks just as bad on offense. And if they're not going to pull away at any moment, it could get very, very scary, despite playing the almost perfect second half, in my opinion. Hey, Tatiana, they are playing hard, just sloppy. All right. Seeing a real split in the chat. Half of y'all think Auburn, half of y'all think Florida. Sad to say, I will not be unbiased here. I really want Auburn to win, and I am not confident that is going to happen at all.
Yeah, I mean, based off the last the last 12 minutes of game action here, I don't know how you could feel confident about Auburn winning this game. 7 minutes to go. How much do you think this takes? Probably like 35, 40 minutes left in this game, right?
I would say about 15, as long as they don't blow the whistle.
All right, let's schedule this stream for 8. If we go live earlier, we go live earlier. That's what I'll do.
Guys, I am not a hater on Auburn. I need them to win.
Needs them to win.
I like water. I need them to win. It's just been really, really shaky. Let's go look at the play-by-play, because I'm pretty confident the last couple of their possessions have been nothing but turnovers.
All right. I think we're good there. Duke, Houston, final. All right, 2,200 people watching. We got a close one, folks. We got a close one. Broom having a hard time getting it in, gets it to Pettiford, who loses the handle. And now the ball goes out of bounds. Officials will talk it over. And it's going to stay with Auburn. So it is the right call. Pettiford driving inside, nothing there, fades away at the elbow, tough shot, no good. Offensive rebound, Cardwell, what a rebound. I mean, that was some sort of effort. Now a deep three, good! A big time triple! And Auburn goes back in front by one. First three of the half for the Tigers. 61-60, Condon at the right wing, 7 to play, handed off to Martin. Martin driving downhill, back out to Condon. He gets inside, rejected, but a foul is called. That was Huff, excuse me, so he will get 2 free throws. One an offensive rebound by Cardwell. Baker Mazzara left open from the right wing, and he buries the triple. That's his 3rd of the game. And the back and forth affair continues. Who? Oh, I don't remember. $61 all after the first free throw is good. Second one rattles home as well. So 62-61 lead for the Gators. 2,500 people watching. Hit that sub button. Can you just delete the space in between this and the question mark real quick? Pick and roll with Mazzara to Broom. Lobs it up for Cardwell. Skywalking for the alley-oop jam. 63-62. 6:40 to go. Huff driving inside, gets a space and lays it in. And then we'll have a timeout. Who calls the TO here? Sounds like Gators might have called a timeout. We'll have a break in the action, 64-63. Dun, dun, dun. 2,400 people watching. Hit that sub button if you haven't already. We've picked up already about 180 subscribers on the stream. The goal is to get to 405,000 tonight. I think it's doable, folks. I'm Nic Rohloff. We have a lot of hosts here at Chat Sports that do a lot of great content. I kind of lead college basketball and NBA. We got Tom Downey, Jack Sperry, Trace Moustakis, all doing NFL. Tyler Jones, Harrison Graham, college football. We got a lot of people doing a lot of great stuff here. Hit that sub button if you want the best and most up-to-date, informative, entertaining content on YouTube revolving the sports world. Yeah, let's see that number climb. Let's get over to 404,300 right now. Why not? Why not us, folks? Who's got it better than us? Not many. We're having a great time here. Appreciate everybody joining and subscribing on today's show. Lance says, I'm going to catch the Duke game with y'all too. Good, because we're going to be live. Me and Justin hanging out for both Final Four games tonight. Hot take, I was more excited for this game than the Duke-Houston game.
Yeah, like we talked about, I think that has potential to be a blowout, sadly. This one, living up to the billing.
Amy says, look at Rolly pretending Marshall doesn't exist. Amy, you show me the last time Marshall Green was on a Chat Sports video or live stream, And then I'll give you props on that. He works here. He does Knicks and Giants, but he doesn't do stuff on our Chat Sports channel. Angelo says, I smell overtime. Wouldn't that be something? I mean, it's going to be down to the wire. It wouldn't shock me. It would not shock me one bit. Remember, Florida trailed by 8 at the half, and they trailed by 9 early in the second half. You who says Marsh did the World Series? He actually didn't. It was Jack Lotteray who did the World Series last year. Oops, sorry. All right, here we go as we get back to action. Florida just scored before that timeout. Florida called the TO. Auburn's got 3 timeouts left in the game. Florida's got 2. 6.5 remain. Auburn trailing by 1. Here we go. Pettiford playing with 3 fouls. The true freshman has been quiet today, but we know he could heat up in a second, a la what he did to Michigan in the Sweet 16. Chad Baker-Mazara has it top of the key. Gets a screen from Broom to the corner for Pettiford. Pettiford to Broom at the elbow. Broom backing down on Chingaloo. Now faces up, spinning, fading away. A lot of contact. Floater does not go. And Gators secure the rebound with 6 minutes to go. Chaney Jones back in, or Johnson in for Auburn. 3 for Shaw. No. Rebound Auburn. Good look for the Gators, though. Pettiford driving. Trying to drop it off. It gets deflected to the corner. Denver Jones, open 3. No, and boy, did Auburn need that. And then a travel is called on Florida. As Broom went to grab the ball, Richard falls to the deck. Thought they might have called a foul. Not the case.
You heard me. Terrible foul. And then they bailed him out.
I am shocked. A turnover, though, on the inbounds. Gators out and running. Boom! A poster slam by Elijah Martin! And the Gators go up by 3. What a slam dunk by Elijah Martin. Janai Broom, top of the key, driving. Another Auburn turnover. Gators out and running. Martin to the rim. Drops it off. What a blown opportunity by Florida. It was a 4-on-1, and they fumbled it out of bounds. What a slam by Elijah Martin. Holy. Auburn trailing by 3 with 5 to go. They've got to get a grip on themselves. They have been horrible in the second half. And they're not getting good looks whatsoever. Baker-Mazara gets downhill to the rim. Rejected! Oh, what a foul! They're going to get Huff with the foul. And Baker-Mazara is going to go to the free throw line where he's an 88% free throw shooter. That is a terrible call. Officiating has been questionable today. There's no denying that. But I can't say they've been favoring either team. It's just been kind of questionable calls both ways. Unless you feel differently about that.
No. Just a lot of whistles.
Baker-Mazara at the line, knocks down the first, 66-64. What was my number? 46, so they need to get to 76. I'm dead. Auburn's not getting 30 points in this half. They need 12 more? They might. Florida's already gotten 30, or they'll get it because they're literally a basket away. They had, it was 46-38. 66-65 ball game as Baker-Mazara made both free throws. Walter Clayton, this is when he shines. Gets it over to Huff. Huff at the top of the key. Can't get it to Richard, and now resets back to Clayton. Clayton curling 3. It's good! On cue! Walter Clayton, Florida leading by 4. 27 points for Walter Clayton. Largest lead of the game for the Gators today. Mazzara looking for the answer. Doesn't have it. Ball loose, out of bounds, and it will stay with Auburn off of Chingaloo. What a tough bucket by Walter Clayton. $27 for the game, averages 18. Ball inbounded by Broom, tapped out of bounds by Condon, so they'll have to get it in from the baseline. 69-65, 4:09 remaining in this game. Does Auburn have a run in them? Leading for most of this one, struggling big time in the second half. They get it into Chaney Johnson at the elbow, spinning out to Mazzara, swung to Denver Jones. Auburn needs it, and they get it! Big 3 by Denver Jones! 1-point game. Clayton driving inside, layup. Oh, it can't fall. How does that not go? Rebound, Miles Kelly, and now Auburn has a chance to retake the lead. I can't believe that doesn't fall. Clayton was right at the rim, and it was halfway down. Baker Mazzara gets a screen, curling, floater, comes up short, ball loose, grabbed by Martin. He's in transition, and he'll slow it down with no numbers. Martin gets it to a trailing Richard for 3. No. Offensive rebound, Condon. Inside, fouled, and the Gators are in the bonus, so they'll be shooting a 1-and-1 for Alex Condon when we come back from the under 4 timeout. 3:20 to go, 69-68 Florida, and we're heading to a under 4 timeout. What a game we have on our hands. All right, folks, who you got? F for Florida, A for Auburn. Get in the chat. I'm also changing the live poll. I'm also going to go to sub-only mode, so if you want to comment in the chat, you got to be subscribed. Also, do you know what you want from Chipotle? If you want to just message me your order, I can add and then just order it. Shout out to Sir Wavy with the $3 super chat. What an odd number from Sir Wavy. Shout out to you, my friend. Let's give some shout outs, though. Sir Wavy going with Florida. Brett, Florida. Robert, Florida. GR, Florida. Dan, Auburn. Raquez, Auburn. Tyman, Florida. Tycoon, Auburn. If you want a shout out, you got to be subscribed, and let me know who you got in the chat. Joseph, Florida. Harry, Auburn. Amen, Florida. Dong says Florida. Micah Townsend says Florida. Peter, Florida. Sean says Auburn. Tyler, Florida. Cody, Florida. Dylan, Florida. Tashia, Auburn. JP, Florida. Matthew, Auburn. Wallace saying Auburn. This is going to be tight down the stretch, folks. It's going to be tight down the stretch. We're going to eclipse 100,000 people watching this stream. How about that? We're at 96,000 right now. Just standard chicken? No beans? All right. Burrito bowl, I assume? Okay, cool. Oh, boy. My computer just freeze? What's going on here? There we go. Said half barbacoa, half chicken. So, white rice. No beans. Fajita, cheese. That will do it. Cool. Shout out to a couple super chatters. TMT South Carolina with a 5. Shout out to you, Ahem Ice with a 2. Appreciate you guys being legends. Chaney Johnson with a foul. All right, perfect. So he's now got 4. Alex Condon's at the line for the Gators. 60% free throw shooter, 1-1. Condon, first end of a 1-1, always the most important. And he hits backboard first, but Florida gets the offensive rebound. What a crucial mistake. But an even more crucial mistake by Florida. They turn it over. Auburn in transition. Miles Kelly, 3. No. Wow, put a pitchfork in that one, Justin. Auburn just took a 3. They could have got a layup in the lead. Clayton driving inside. Ball goes out of bounds to Auburn with 3 minutes to go. Chaos everywhere. And then Broom commits an offensive foul inside. Wow. I mean, both teams just making crucial mistakes late. That could go either way, I think.
You don't think he gave him enough time? Like, he caught the ball.
Yeah, tough. Florida leading by 1, 2.5 to go. Tight one on our hands here. Clayton gets it over to Condon. Back to Clayton. Clayton, this is where he rises. Cardwell defending. They got to send 2 here. This is a mismatch. Clayton just gets right by him, and no one steps up to help. Easy layup, 3-point Florida lead. What are they doing there? Janai Broom has it. 2 to go. Auburn trailing by 3. Broom off open for 3. Thought about it. Now gets to Mazzara. Back to Broom inside. Blocked, but a foul. And if you're Auburn, you almost wish that foul wasn't called because the ball fell right to Dylan Cardwell, who would have had an easy dunk. But now it will be free throws for Janai Broom, who is a 50% free throw shooter and 3 of 5 on the game. Shout out to David Park with the $10 super chat saying, let's go Florida. Your Gators up 3 with 2:02 to go. Officials are meeting here. I mean, clear foul on Condon. What could possibly be reviewed here? I don't think they could review anything under 2 minutes. Am I wrong about that? All right, we're going to quickly spin the wheel here while they're looking at the review. So they're looking at something away from the ball. Make sure you follow me on Twitter at Nic_Rohloff. They're reviewing something for a possible flagrant off the ball. That's odd. Shout out to you guys. $10 super chats, a wheel spin. 3,100 people watching. Follow your boy on Twitter at Nic_Rohloff. I'll give shout outs to anyone who follows me right now. You see it there. Am I missing something here? They can't assess a foul here. They can only say it's a flagrant. That's not a flagrant. It's clearly a missed call. Like, Auburn should have been whistled for an away from the ball foul as Dylan Cardwell inside grabbed the Huff. And there is going to be no flagrant because it's not a flagrant. It's like there's no malicious intent whatsoever. It's just a bad missed call by the officials for not seeing that. Shout out to Ahem Ice with a $2 super chat. Great broadcast, plain and simple. Appreciate that. Very nice. Very nice, kind words there. Yeah, I don't understand that. I think we planned this perfectly. It says delivery expected 7:40. Might be on. That'd be nails. Be nails. All right, 3,200 people watching. Hit that sub button. Come on. What a game we got on our hands here. Johni Broome at the line for 2, and he misses the first. He's a bad free throw shooter. Free throws coming to haunt Auburn here today. 59% free throw shooter on the season. He's 3 of 6 tonight. Now 3 of 7. Ball still loose. Broome gets the own rebound, but loses it out of bounds. And it will be Florida ball. I tell you what, Auburn deserves to lose this game. I actually hate them. I literally think Florida, I picked Florida to win. I bet on Florida to win this game, but the way they have played in the second half is disgusting to the game of basketball. They've scored 22 points in this half. Under 2 minutes, the officials can review anything. Well, this. No, that's off Johni Broome. That's off Johni Broome. That's going to be Florida ball. It doesn't hit Martin. That doesn't hit Martin one bit.
Do the shorts count as a person?
Yeah, the shorts do count. So if it hits your shorts, that counts. But I don't think it does. I think this would be, criminal, as John Rothstein calls it, a miscarriage of justice if this ball stays with Auburn. Shout out to Dan Hill with the follow. And RDC. Like I said, anybody who follows me on Twitter at Nic_Rohloff, I'll give you a follow back. Or give you a shout out, I meant to say.
Dude, stick with the call on the floor.
Stick with the call on the floor. It should be Florida ball with 1:50 to go, up 3.
This is why I want review ban in all sports. No way you could see that in real life.
Yeah, I agree. Well, you can't ban reviews.
I understand. This is not a realistic demand, but this is ridiculous if they overturn it.
Yeah, ruling on the floor stands. It's Florida ball. So Gators have it up 3. Justice, I'd be willing to say that this is a defining possession here. If Florida ends up scoring on this possession, I think it's over. Auburn's offense has just been so out of sorts. Walter Clayton walking a ball up the floor. 1:50 to go. Auburn desperate for a stop. Can they get it? Backdoor cut by Martin. Kicked out, and Clayton has it, top of the key. This is his moment. Gets it over to Huff, back to Clayton. Clayton's inside. Bumped. Running. Foul. And one! Walter Clayton Jr. Ice in his veins, as always. Delivers a 5-point lead for the Gators. These are his moments. Takes the bump. Falling out of bounds. Banks it in off the glass. And Auburn is in serious trouble. Minute and a half to go. Clayton with 31 points. Chance to get to 32 and give Florida a 6-point lead. He does. Auburn, I would say this, doesn't score on this possession. The game's over. Denver Jones gets it over to Janai Broome. Broome at the top of the key, hands it over to Baker Mazzara. Ball loose, regathers with 1:20. Now gets another screen. Mazzara, right wing three. No. Rebound goes to Florida. And the Gators are sensing a trip to the national championship game. Martin trapped at half court. Loose ball. Still loose. It's going to be a jump ball. Possession arrow goes to Auburn. So the Tigers get another chance here. But now Florida will have a possession arrow for the rest of the way. Or at least until the next jump ball. That's a good trap. Now, I would argue that Florida should have been awarded a timeout. No, probably not.
No over and back?
It's a good call. No, it was tipped by Mazzara.
Oh. I just thought he lost it, quite honestly.
No, yeah, they showed off the replay. It was tipped by Mazzara. 6-point deficit for Auburn with a minute to go. They need buckets and turnovers. Denver Jones gets it off the inbound. Janai Broome sets him a screen. Denver Jones inside. Out to Mazzara. Another look at a three. Is that a travel? It is. Chad Baker Mazzara jumped, put the ball back down on the deck, and that's a travel, and yet clearly left the ground. Why didn't he just pump fake? A not smart play by Baker Mazzara turns the ball over, and Auburn, down 6 with 53 seconds left, is in a world of hurt. Clayton to inbound. Chaney Johnson defending. They get it in. Auburn's going to have to foul here, down 6 with 48 seconds left. Lob to Condon, blocked out of bounds. Excellent hustle play by Chaney Johnson to get back into the play. I understand Florida went for the kill shot exclamation point, but you almost wonder, probably just dribble it out and force them to foul you with 44 seconds left. Clayton inbounds it. What a mistake. Ball loose. It's going to be a jump ball. And like I just mentioned a second ago, the possession arrow now favors Florida with 40 seconds remaining. What a dumb pass on the inbounds there. These two teams are so dumb. I can't stand them. They're so annoying. Like, what is Clayton doing here throwing that pass? So possession arrow now favors Auburn as the Gators will try to inbound it once again. They do. It's Condon. Fouled. And one! Dagger! Gators! Florida will be playing on Monday night. An absolute collapse by Auburn in the second half. And the Gators are looking to be atop the mountaintop once again. Will likely be playing on Monday evening. Well, it misses the free throw. Auburn trails by 8. They need a miracle. Baker Mazzara, right wing pull-up three. He nails it! So hold your pants, folks. I might have pre-called it. I might have pre-called it. Baker Mazzara with the right wing three cuts the game to 5 with 31 seconds left. $10 super chat from David Park. Auburn is a great team, top 10 ever. Per Ken Palm, greatly coached with NBA players. So does Florida. Florida's too deep. They've been good. Don't worry about that right now. We'll get to it after the game. Yeah, David Park, listen. Auburn is good. Florida is very, very good too. All right, folks. Who you got? Is Florida going to hold on? Type F for Florida, A for Auburn. Let me see what the chat has to say. 3,500 people watching. Is Florida going to be playing Monday night? Ryan says F. Chris says F. AF says Auburn. Tie Man, Florida. Richard, Florida. Brantley still going with Auburn. Gabby, Florida. Ryan, Florida. Brian, Florida. Brantley, Florida. I see a lot of Floridas, and how could you not? Auburn has looked out of sorts this entire second half. They only have scored 25 points in the second half. I'm cooked. Florida outscoring Auburn 38-25 in this second period. Auburn led by 8 at half, and then just turnovers galore, unable to make shots. It's been a train wreck for the Tigers here in the second half. It's been so much to where I just am disgusted. Like, legitimately disgusted. Auburn will press here. What do you think? Try to go for one quick steal and then foul?
Florida will turn it over.
Yeah, Clayton trying to get it inbound and having issues, and they have to burn a timeout.
Uh-oh. No timeouts.
So Florida just used their final timeout. Excellent job by Auburn, making it difficult to get it in. So the Gators, if they get trapped, if they can't get the ball in, they can't call a timeout to reset and kind of bring things in. $2 super chat from Colby. Florida versus Duke will be exciting if Duke wins. Listen, we got 31 seconds left to go here, and Duke has to take care of business tonight, but you are not wrong there. Florida has statistically been the best team and second best team in basketball since January, I believe, behind Duke. So could be the best national championship game on paper in a very long time. How about at halftime? I feel like a schmuck not pouncing on Florida plus 5.5 live line at the half. It was so obvious. Like, I actually thought Auburn was still going to win, but the 5.5, like, what are we doing? I feel like a schmuck. A lot of people still rocking with Florida. 63% of our live poll agrees. If you are Auburn, you are trying desperately for the ball to get to Alex Condon's hand, the center, who is a 59% free throw shooter. And the last time we saw him at the line, he hit backboard first. So if you could funnel the ball to him and foul, that is where you want to go. Is where you want to go. Janai Broome is going to guard the inbounder here. And Florida's going to run an NFL wide receiver type play. Clayton gets it in quickly to Martin. Martin in the backcourt, trapped. Uh-oh, he's in trouble. That's a jump ball, and it's Auburn basketball. Possession arrow belongs to Auburn. Hold on. The Tigers aren't dead yet. See, and that's where that last timeout being burned puts you in a disadvantage. They did an excellent job getting Martin to the corner and trapping him. Auburn needs a bucket to keep their hopes alive. Baker Mazzara to the corner. Miles Kelly, 3. That's a bad shot. Hush with the rebound, and he's fouled, and he'll go to the line for 2. That's a terrible shot. A contested corner 3 is not what you want to see, and Huff will go to the line for 2. He's an 81% free throw shooter.
Honestly, Florida better be thanking their lucky stars that they don't have to inbound the ball anymore, because I don't think they can.
What a terrible shot from the corner. Huff first free throw, no good. So if he makes this, it's still only a 2-possession game. Florida just can't put him away. 76-71, 24 seconds left. Huff at the line for a second free throw. Makes the second. No free throws left for Florida. Auburn has 2. Pettiford, he's got to work faster here. Bringing the ball up. Gets a screen. Driving inside to the rim. Fouled, and Pettiford takes a hard fall, but he seems to be okay. So Auburn just trying to get a quick bucket to keep the game moving. The true freshman Pettiford, who's a 79% free throw shooter, will get to. I actually thought that was a clean block up top. Was there something on the bottom here with Condon? Yeah, I guess they saw that left arm hit Pettiford in the hip. Yeah, that's probably the right call, but up top was clean. Pettiford, 2 free throws here. Now, my question is to you, Justin. Do you try to make both to make it a 4-point game and play the free throw battle, or do you try to make one, miss one?
Play the game. I think the path to success is making Florida inbound the ball again with no timeouts. They have not composed themselves at all to get this ball across half court. They're going to turn it over.
Yeah. Pettiford makes the first free throw, 77-72, 18 seconds remain. Pettiford's second free throw. He does try to make it, and he does. 4-point ball game. Substitution. Smart move by Bruce Pearl. This substitution allows things to calm down. Auburn set up their press. Can they force another turnover? Florida does have the possession arrow. Clayton tries to inbound it. Struggling. Gets it to the corner. They finally get it out of the corner. Now Florida has it up ahead. It's Huff. Huff is fouled by Baker Mazzara. 12.7 seconds to go in this ball game. That was a good press break there by the Gators. 81% free throw shooter. Thomas Huff's got 12 points today. He's 3 of 5 at the line. But he misses the first again. College kids and free throws late in ball games. So what this does, though, even if he makes this, Justin, if Auburn hits a 3 and Florida splits the pair again, Auburn could have the ball. Oh my God, he missed both. But an offensive rebound by the Gators. An absolute backbreaker for Auburn. That's why I was like almost a couple minutes ago, I said I hope Auburn loses because they are the dumbest basketball team I've ever watched. Not actually, but the Tigers have had so many opportunities. How are you not boxing out in that situation? Yeah, it was a long rebound, but you know what? If you box out, you get the board. Wow. What a mistake by Auburn, who had a chance to get ball down 4 with 13 seconds left. And instead, Clayton will go to the line. He'll knock down the first. So it's back to a 5-point game. 78-73. Clayton's second free throw is good as well. So it's a 6-point lead for the Gators. Auburn just needs to get a quick 3 here. It's the only way they're alive. Pettiford pulls up from the logo. No good. Ball loose. It will go out of bounds. No, saved by the Gators, and that will do it. Florida defeats Auburn for the second time this season. 79-73. And the Gators will be playing on Monday night against the winner of Duke-Houston for the right to call themselves the national champions. Todd Golden, in his first ever trip to the Final Four, delivers a big win. 4th ever national championship game in school history. A lot of history for this Florida basketball program. Back-to-back champions in 06, 07. Will look to become champions of the world again Monday night on the back from Walter Clayton, who just had an absolute phenomenal evening. 34 points, 4 assists, 4 rebounds, couple assists. What a game for Walter Clayton and the Florida Gators. I've been critical of Florida all year. I did not think they were a national championship team, but boy, do they continue to prove me wrong. I did pick them to win today, but I just did not see that one coming. Wow. What a year for the Gators. Janai Broom's collegiate career over. Put it all out on the floor tonight. Did he finish with, how many points did he finish with? 15. Stinks. So my prize picks is chills. Moving on to the nightcap. Just need flag and come on, Malawatch. What's not continuing is the 30-point half bet. 27 from Auburn.
The travel.
They're losers.
Was crucial.
They are losers. April 5th. Wow, what a game. What a game indeed. All right, we owe a wheel spin for my guy. Who was it? Richard Park, right? David Park, excuse me. Let's spin that wheel. $10 super chat. Appreciate David Park. See what we get here on the wheel of not ideal. 5 jumping jacks. I can dig it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Shout out to you, David Park. Shout out to the 120,000 people that tuned in on today's live stream. Just an absolute unbelievable stream. All right, so what we're going to do here, folks, we are going to be live for Duke Houston. But what me and Justin are going to do is we're going to take a quick 15-minute break, and then we'll go live again on a separate stream for Duke Houston, probably around, so it's 7:45, 30 minutes in between games. So that game will start at 8:15, right? My math, 8:15. Good point. Is there an updated time there? I think it's 30 minutes. So I'm going to say it's probably around 8:15, which means we'll go live at 8:05. We'll go live 10 minutes before tip for this Duke-Houston game. Ooh, Teron Armstead retired. Awesome timing. Unbelievable timing, actually. Ridiculous. All right, I'll do a short on that little puppy. All right, so what we're going to do, we're going to sign off on this stream. We'll be back around 8:05 for the game between Duke-Houston. So make sure to join us for that one. That'll be a lot of fun. Shout out to everybody who tuned in for this game. Hopefully we'll see you for the nightcap for Duke-Houston. Florida wins this one 79-73. We'll be playing on Monday night for a national championship. See you on Duke-Houston.